Yes, a very good afternoon, good evening to everybody here. Welcome to lovely Octane Online Racing Simrigs Sprint Series, round 5 of 6 here at Barcelona. And what an entertaining evening it's going to be with variable weather and two 30-minute races with two qualifying sessions overall. Looking forward to this evening. My name's Mitch Hobbs. Joining me in the box, we've got Ben Hignett on the cams. And joining me for saying many words this evening is David Marshy Marsh. Marshy, how are you doing, my friend?
Not too bad, mate. And yourself? Looking forward to a interesting night of variable weather at Barcelona. Should be good.
Ooh. I'm looking forward to it because if it's going to rain, I'm excited.
Are you one of these weirdos that like it raining at Barcelona, are you?
Well, depends on the car I'm driving, especially, and depends on the temperatures, because Barcelona, when it even gets near being hot, it chews through the tyres. So it's always one that people would prefer to have rain at times, given it keeps the tyres a bit cooler and whatnot. So yeah, it's a relief for the drivers, at least in qualifying, that it is dry. So looking forward to seeing how that plays out for them this evening. But yeah, it's going to be a cracking little session here. We've got two 30-minute races. I said one qualifying for a session for each of them. I don't believe it's even a reverse top 10 either, so that'll make things even more interesting with people having to qualify twice. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. How's your practice been going for this, Marshy? Has it been all right?
To say I've been doing practice would be lying. I've done about 10 laps and gone, yep, I remember this track. Yep, should be all right.
Yeah.
And then realised it's variable weather and went, ooh,
I'm going to
probably try and do some wet practice, actually.
Yep. That doesn't mean you've done any, though.
No.
Yeah.
None, actually. I don't even think I've done a single wet lap around this track. So, yeah. Could be interesting,
okay.
actually.
We forgive you, and we'll laugh when we see you race and put it
Please do.
Yeah.
Feel free to fill up my DMs with just laughing emojis when I manage to spin out on T1.
Oh, I'll be having a good laugh. Shame I won't be there to see it in person. So first lap's coming in. Bruno Ellis, 44.0 to start with. I'm going to hazard a guess, judging by those times, that the track isn't optimum, because we saw those similar type conditions in the practice session where it was only fast and there was 24 ambient with 32 track temp, somewhere around that. So not quite there yet. Oh, that's wide there from Johnson. It almost probably was invalid. Yep, it was. It wasn't a great lap for him anyway, so he's going to give it another go. So the driver's just getting the laps in. Babby 1.5 tenths off Ellis at this point. No one else near in play at this point. I mean, Ellis is already a tenth up after turn 4 down to turn 5 and then through turn 6. This is just a lie, Marshy. That's a turn. There you go. There it is. What a load of crap.
Yeah, I reckon it starts from way back and it's just one curve, really.
Oh, who knows? You never know. But turn 9, it's a fast right-hander, and it's a really tricky one to get right because you don't want to turn in too early and ruin your run on the exit. But you've really got to almost just touch the curb on the inside, get the car rotated nicely, and that's exactly what Ellis has done. And he's rewarded himself 3 tenths up at this point. Still got the final sector to go, which is everyone's least favourite part of the track. It's a real pain for a lot of people, this last chicane-type sector. So we'll see how he handles it. Almost half a second up. Nicely on the brakes. Good use of the curb there. Don't want to touch too much curb on the exit, and doesn't. That's nice. Lost a tenth through there. See if he can get anything on exit. He can't. So 3 tenths up. He's going to go maybe a 0.6 by the looks of it. And does. 43.6. That's a pretty good time.
I was just looking at his first lap. That's faster than my PB.
Well, we can't all be talented like him there, Marshy. You know that.
Yeah, I agree with you there, mate.
So Babby's not too... Oh, never mind. Burton's just popped himself in front of Babby, but Babby's just keeping up with Ellis in terms of the gap that he is away, but it's not able to get up there, and Burton's going to be held up by Stockton, I believe, in the Penrite Ferrari. So Johnson goes for his first proper lap after screwing up the cold lap, as I'd call it. Kong, oh, that's a nice lap. 44, almost a 43, and he's in Pro-Am. Anyone think he needs a promotion? I don't know, just putting it out there.
I wasn't going to say it.
You were, though.
I was thinking it.
Yeah, you were. So I'll say it, because I know that you're thinking it. Here we go. Oh, so the track's starting to ramp up a bit now. I'd say it's probably not too far off optimum if it isn't already. 2 tenths up, and I reckon I'd say Ellis has got another tenth or two in this final sector, maybe. So I'll be interested to see what he pulls off. Nice use of the double apex there. You've got to get that exactly right. Oh, just a touch of the dirt there. Let's see what it's kind of a run. Oh, a little bit slidey, but a bit more committed on the braking point there. Let's see how he goes on the exit. A bit wider this time. He's going to lose it. So he's going to put in, if he holds this, it's going to be 0.4. That's going to be a really cracking time to beat there. Yeah, 0.4 that is. Hang on. Babby says, he's invalidated on the exit, and that's why you don't do that. That's got to sting. That'll sting.
I will admit I've met that sand trap quite a few times, actually. I don't like it.
Yeah, there's a few of them there. So Johnson's going to go 4 tenths up. That puts him up to P4. Ellis still leading at the moment with that point, 43.4. Darryl Lim, invalid lap there for him. That would have put him nicely up deeply inside the top 10 there. So that would have been a cracking lap for him. Ellis either is invalid or he's just on an outlap. Can't quite tell from this view, but I'd say he's probably just going to do one run and be done with it. So he's got a healthy margin at the moment with a 0.4. He should be very happy with that. I think it's going to be a very difficult target for anyone to beat given the conditions. But we saw Glory Babby was 4 tenths up. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, where's Yao? Speaking of times being up, he's a second off, but he's got 2.5 tenths coming down to the hairpin. This is a really nasty braking zone. You've got to get the turn in right, which he has done. That's a good exit. Not too much time lost through there. Let's see how he handles the double apex here. Oh, keeps it nice and tight, even tighter than I would have gone. And he's got a nice exit. So almost, just over half a tenth, a bit more. Oh, a bit wide though. He's going to slide. He can hold it though, and he will. He absolutely. That's too much curb. See ya. Don't do that, Marshy. Don't.
Right. Thanks for that one.
Yeah.
I'll learn from everybody else's mistakes and probably replicate it myself.
Yes, exactly. Don't do that. So Kong at the moment, he's on an invalid lap. Ben Winton isn't on an invalid lap, and he was 2 tenths up. He might gain it on the exit, the hairpin, and he's about even there at the moment. So let's see what he's got in this final sector. It's a really tough one. He's just got a little bit squirrely on the exit there, but he's pulled it up nicely. I think he's going to continue on with the lap, even though he's got a BMW ahead of him. He's going to push on. Even a tenth, that'll put him just inside the top 10 if he can hold it. I reckon he might. Let's see. If anything, it might be 10th, and it is. So that's a good time there. There's a big chunk of pro-ams there, which is great to see. Ellis was going again and has invalidated again, did a 0.6 last lap, so he's really pushing to find that time, and no one's really crept up on him as yet. So I don't know if Ellis has got too much to worry about at the moment. I think his tyres will be cooked, though. I don't think he'll go much faster.
As he rips it just a casual 10th out on that one corner.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's about finding the time. So, one final lap for him if he's got the fuel for it, and if he's got the tyres for it as well. We saw he had time in that final little chicane there, but whether it's going to be enough, I'm not quite sure. So, down the front straight, he goes as Babby is actually on the other side of the track. I don't know if that's invalid or valid from his part. Thank you, ACC Spectator Bugs. He did it invalid 0.5 before, so that would have put him up into P2. Half a tenth off Ellis. In fact, that would have been a cracking time if he was able to pull that off. But otherwise, he's here again, 2 tenths up. The car is just a big slab of German machinery, isn't it? And speak about both cars really in that picture, the Merc and the BMW. Can't quite get it on the exit. I don't know if that was valid or not, because it was. So it just puts him up ahead of Burton with the silver class. I almost guarantee you'll see Glory in the Pro class next season. So if you don't, that's fraudulent behaviour, Marshy. I'd be disappointed.
I actually thought he would have got the promotion by now, to be honest with you. But hey, yeah, it is what it is.
It's close to the end of the season. Only a shorter season, so we normally leave it as is. But we'll find out what happens next season. We look forward to seeing what the calendar is for that when it eventually comes out in the coming weeks and the sign-ups for that. You going to sign up, Marshy?
Oh, yeah, of course I am, mate. I got nothing else better to do other than sim racing and work.
That's a slide there from Ellis. He was up there too, and I don't think he's going to get it on the exit here. Oh, he's almost matching, so that's a cracking effort for him to almost match on tyres that are definitely overworn for that. No one can get close to him. Babby's 0.3 off. Johnson's currently not much closer to his going purple for him. Burton can't go any faster. Kong up in P5. That is a cracking time from him, just with his flat .007. And through turn 7-8 comes Johnson. That's a lot of use of the curb. That'd almost been valid. Oh, and it wasn't. But that screwed up his exit a little bit. So let's see how he can handle turn 9. And he handles it nicely. Probably could run a little bit wider. Might lose him some time. It does. Matter of hundredths, if that. Down to the hairpin. Can he get enough time to get ahead of Burton? Oh, at the moment, yes. Look, that is a cracking exit. If he'd put that first sector together, he'd be almost up there. And he's almost up there again. Oh, a bit of a slide. So, he could almost put this in front of Babby here if he just holds this nicely. Let's have a look. Oh, a little bit tight. Here comes all the time he's been missing. Oh, that's a nice exit too. Oh, he needs to pull it around, and this will be P2. And that is a cracking time if he can pull that out. Oh, that's more like it.
That was a beautiful lap by him, especially to chuck it up there on P2. Well done.
Be happy with that. And there's Dog Ryan in his Merc just down the back. The Merc not the most proficient at Barcelona at times, and he's just struggling a little bit there. So Ellis again, just too strong for the field in this first qualifying session. Pops it on pole with Luke Johnson fluky there in P2. Glory Babby's behind in P3. Logan Burton there in P4. As we go quickly down the grid, you can see Brian Kong there in P5 for the Pro-Am class. That's a cracking effort from him. Webb there in P6 and Slade there in P7. And I believe that is... Oh, that's terrible that I've forgotten his name. Ben Piper in P8. I'll get there eventually. So there's some cracking liveries again. We've seen these throughout the season. Don't think anyone I can see off the top of my head's actually made a car change up in the top end of the cars. I don't recognise any probably down in the mid-pack or back of the pack either that have. So good to see people sticking with their car choices, because they did have the opportunity between rounds 3 and 4 to make that change if they wish to. So some half an hour of race 1 ahead of us, Marshy. It's going to be a cracker, and that livery on that M4 is a cracker too. Jeez.
Just admiring it. That is actually really well done.
I don't have the time or patience to do that.
Oh, no, neither do I. I can get the car up and then go, yeah, it's about my limit.
Yeah, exactly.
I have tried quite a few times, and I just palm it off to my teammate now. He's a lot more talented than what I could ever be.
A couple of pink liveries, of course, the Porsche and then the Nissan there. And John Stockton there in his Penrite Ferrari, which is looking very nice. And a couple more clones at the back. Atsuniaki there. And you can see Paul Kronich with his DJR livery down the back with his Shell V power. Nice little Sim Magic Orange to black gradient, McLaren on the left, Red Bull, Porsche. God, that looks nice, actually. That looks really nice.
Give that man a sponsorship deal.
Yeah, just the use of the red on the yellow. Whoa. Regardless of whether the driver made that or not, that's Dylan McDowell, I believe. Whether he made that or not, doesn't matter. It looks nice.
Some very talented people out there that do the liveries, really, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't have the I've made a couple of liveries, but none of them look that good.
Would have been better than my just no colour, nothing on it, just plain simple nothing.
Better than doing absolutely nothing at all.
Hey, I gave it a go a few times and just shook my head and went, no, not for me.
No, yeah. So on the outlap here, optimum track, 30 minutes here, 22 degrees ambient. So shouldn't get the tyres too hot too quickly, which is good. That's what the drivers want. Of course, no mandatory pit stops for these two 30-minute races. And we'll have to see how this plays out. It'll be a straight sprint in each. So 22 degrees ambient, 28 on the track, 3k an hour. Headwinds into turn 4. Whether that'll affect them too much in their braking, probably not. But yeah, no, looking forward to seeing. It's a nice. It's almost. My OCD is going off with that leaderboard. I must admit, there's a pro-am way above the other pro-ams, and then there's a pro in the middle of the ams. It's upsetting me greatly.
It's the small things, really, isn't it, Hobbsy?
It is. You know, if they could just be more considerate of my OCD, it'd be great.
Yeah, hey, look, never mind that they've done a great effort to get up there on the leaderboard.
They have,
it's just your OCD that they should be worried about.
Yeah. The drivers just getting their tyres and brakes nice and warm. I'm expecting the Porsche to make the McLaren look hilarious off the start here, so looking forward to that. Watch out for Slade back in 7th in that Audi. It's hilarious off the start too, so we'll see what kind of impact these different cars with their different acceleration off the start makes it. See if that makes a difference or not. As the drivers are rushing to get into double file, the race director calls, so they're getting themselves ready to go.
Get rid of that chicane and just run the F1 circuit.
All right, getting ready to go here. Lights are about to go green. Drivers lining up over the grid boxes. We're about to go green flag here, and here we go. Oh, that's a nice start there from Burton. And Babby already looking on the inside of Ellis, and Johnson didn't get the greatest start as I suspected. Oh, getting squeezed a little bit. Ellis just trying to get himself across. And Babby goes straight for the dive. That's going to be, wow, that is committed. And Burton switches back on Johnson and gets through up into P3. We're going 3 wide on the exit of turn 2. That's not recommended. But we're through so far. Now Burton trying to attack Ellis. This could get interesting if he sticks the nose in or not, and I think he won't. He stuck the nose out, but he didn't stick it up the inside of Ellis, so that's okay. And I reckon just sticking him behind here early on is good. No yellow flags yet down to turn 5. This is a nasty one on that one, so hopefully... Oh, let's go 3 wide, they say. That's not recommended. All's good as well. No people around, so that's good. Up to turn 7, 8 complex now. This is another one got to be careful of, and Slade just took the words out of my mouth about what I was about to say. Track limits are going to be a big thing here, even the 30 minutes marshy. If people are pushing, they might get those track limits up very early and look to a drive-through if they're not careful.
Yeah, look, it's easy enough to do. I've done it myself numerous occasions, and yeah, especially on that corner. Ooh, not a fan of that one.
No. Daniel Webb there just getting past Brian Congdon to the hairpin. Saw them in the background just then. So he got that one done. We're just going to have a quick another look. down the inside. I thought he was almost going to get Johnson there, and Kong gave him the room. He knew he was going to dive, thought he might have been faster, and just lets him through. So they're in the battles of their own. They're not in the same class. So Babby, here comes Ellis though. The Porsche here should get something under brakes here, and let's have a look. He knows that Glory's still there. Oh, they've tapped. Oh no. And Burton's tapped Ellis. Oh, that is, wow. That all started with Ellis and Babby, and then just Constantina from there. That is not ideal for the ones that were just bystanders in that. Johnson gains the lead out of that. Burton right around, so he's way down the back of the field. So a couple of drivers not benefiting much from that, and that's going to be rough for them. Stewards will have a look at that. Hopefully they've got their cask wine ready for this evening.
Oh, we're going with cask wine this evening.
Yeah,
I would have just gone straight for the whiskey.
They could have gone whiskey, could have gone house wine because it's cheap.
That is a good point, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is that's rough for a couple of those drivers. Oh, BMW just swerving on the straight there. That's Darryl Lim. Oh, down the inside goes Lim on Kong. Oh, not much room left between them. He's got Wes Yao behind. We're going too wide down into this section. Yep, Lukey says just thank you. Yep, that thank you is more than enough. That could be a big stick peach, but we'll keep an eye on it, see what the stewards have to say. So Johnson up into P1. Ellis still holding P2 after that. Daniel Webb's inherited a podium position at this point. Ben Piper's a couple of positions up, and so is Cafiel Slade, so they'll be absolutely loving that. Let's have a look from Burton's view. I don't think there was much he could have done. He was just a bit of a bystander here, so let's have a look. So Ellis just got up on the curb. Yeah, and then Burton got tapped by Ellis again. Yeah, and that was him around, and he had to wait for everybody to go past. So bit unfortunate there for Burton. Ellis held on nicely, but Babby, on the other hand, has lost out down into P17. So that's a catastrophic turn 1-2 for them. That's not recommended. Those two will look towards race 2 though. Ellis is still, if he's got minimal damage, he'll still look for something here. But Darryl Lim currently in the Pro-Am battle here, Marshy, with Brian Kong, who started P5. This is going to be a cracker to watch. They've got Wes Yao just behind, and even Jack Miller, the not MotoGP riders, there as well. This is crack. Look how close those Pro-Ams are. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I was just wondering how your OCD's checking out now that we've got McDowell and the Porsche stuck right in the middle. Yeah,
it looks not ideal. Oh, what's Lim doing? He's got to get... Oh, just be mindful of the brakes there, Darryl. The M4 brakes are something of questionable at times. So we'll see what comes on the straight here for Lim. I think he's got to really worry about Wes Yao behind with that slipstream. I mean, he's going to have a double slipstream. I don't reckon he's going to be able to get past Kong, if anything. But we will see. Down onto the final curve. Johnson goes 43.9. That's a cracking race lap too. I reckon he could improve on that. Bit of a slide there for Lim, so that lets Kong run away. He's still got the slipstream. And so will Yao. Whether it'll be enough for a double, I'm not quite sure. Let's see what happens. Lim catches nicely. Yao didn't pull much, so he might be running probably full wing, as I would have thought most Porsche drivers are. But happy to be proven wrong. So 3 seconds almost now between Johnson and Ellis. Webb's just keeping up with Ellis a little bit. It's gained a 10th there. And Ben Piper's just sort of running his own race a little bit deep there. Mercedes brakes just reminding him that they're not the greatest. But nevertheless, he's getting on with the job, and he's hunting down Daniel Webb here, who we're looking from the rear view of. He's got a couple of cars behind. You can see that Pro-Am battle from Kong down to Miller. Just lurking nicely. If you're in Crew, Stockton and Winton, there's a battle of about 6 of them within 2-3 seconds there. So that is a cracking wow, look at that. That is just magnificent to see, especially in a Pro-Am. But I don't think I've seen a Pro-Am battle this big for God knows how long, Marshy. This is great.
yeah, just looking down the list, everybody's within a second, and yeah, especially being a half-hour race, is it worth making that move, or do you just wait and then, yeah. I personally don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be trying to pounce, but then I'd probably absolutely make a meal of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting. Oh, that's a lot of curb there from Lim, but he's in the M4. Oh, 43.7. Fluky is just eating this up. He inherited P1 from that Williamson and said, thank you, I'll have that clean air and I'm going to get a move on. And that is absolutely what he's doing. He's not messing around. They've got a 3k an hour almost tailwind down the front straight. And Liam, stick the nose in. Oh, he's late on the brakes, and that's going to cause him... Kong saw that coming. Oh, that's rough there from Liam. Oh, and he's... Oh, that's... Yep, that's Weziao on the inside of Kong. I didn't like that at all. And Jack Miller's sitting behind us, so... I reckon Kong might lose 2 positions out of this if he's just not quite careful enough. Oh, and that's a little bit of argy-bargy there, but it's playing on umpire. And, Kong, I see what he's trying to do. Yeah, I've got a really not ideal run out of turn 4. He wanted something down to turn 5, but he can't bring that to fruition. So, through goes Lim after that rough turn 1. I think he might have missed his brake slightly. And, unfortunately, Kong had to react to that. And then Lim eventually got through with the bad exit from Kong. And now Yao is through. So, complete change there for the lead. Lim up into the lead with Yao behind and Kong still in there. Oh, that's John Stockton in the styrofoam. Don't take that line either.
Yeah, we don't need that styrofoam anyway, do we?
Oh, look, no, you're right. We probably don't. I don't know why you'd end up over there in the first place.
I mean, it's not, as you so always say to me, it's not the optimum line.
No, it's not the optimal line. That's right. So let's have a look. This is Johnson's view of the parting of the Red Sea. Oh, yep, it's just righto. And then carnage ensued behind. Jesus.
Yeah, just pin the ears and go for it. Just don't look back. Just keep going. And he's managed to get nearly a 3.5 second gap. So he's not really holding back.
No, well, he's got the clean air, so he doesn't really need to. And, he's got no battles to contend with, so he doesn't have to chew up his tyres so much. So he can just cruise along nicely. He's got 1 point. 3 points, such and such, 3.5 now, as you say, to Ellis, and Ellis has got 1.1 to Webb, so he's just sneaking in there. He might try and push Webb back into Piper if need be, because he's just under a second behind, so he might get a bit of slipstream, but we've still got this Pro-Am battle, the biggest and probably the closest battle that's going on throughout the field at the moment. There might be some close ones between 1 or 2 drivers, but yeah, it's going to be a cracking battle to see how this goes.
Yeah, well, there's 7 cars there just in that little group, all within 1 second. Yeah, they're doing bloody well for themselves, actually. It's quite a good little battle group.
Yeah, it's I always love seeing the Pro-Ams and Ams getting in a tight little battle, because it's great to, show off some of this skill and talent that those drivers have, because I don't think we probably see them as much, because you usually have the pros, of course, and Silvers fighting at the front, but these guys are just putting on a show, showing their consistency and, their ability to race side by side with each other within the, constraints of ACC Kunos physics. So it's fantastic to see them in this little close pack of 6 cars with another bloody 4 behind them. So this is just fantastic to see. Yeah,
and I was just going to say, their racecraft awareness just going through those first couple of turns, could have ended in tears like it did earlier, but they're doing bloody well for themselves tonight.
Absolutely cracking. Jack Miller is just sitting in the middle of this pack, which is probably the last place I'd want to be at the moment, because you have the pressure from behind and you're trying to put pressure on the front, but you don't want to lose position. So he's just trying to pull that gap nicely, and he's doing so to cruise behind. Ellis has lost another 3/10 to Johnson over that last lap and has gained a 2 more 10th advantage on Webb, and Piper's dropped back as well. So starting to spread out a little bit, get that consistent pace as Dylan McDowell. That's a big dive down the inside of turn 5, and Cruz was more than privy to it and got out of the way. That was big last-minute lunge there from McDowell, but it was much given respect. Let's have another look again from the outside. Oh, yeah. Cruz saw it coming. He let him have it. He knew that he was the faster driver. And that promotes Dylan McDowell up into the top 10.
Sometimes it's just easier, just if you see them coming and you know they're faster, sometimes it's not worth the battle or the heartache or tears that could happen. Just back out of the way and go, place is yours, matey.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to give up those sorts of positions. So this battle is still going on, and it's the closest one we've got. We've got a couple of drivers down further back that are close, but not this close. This is a very, very nice little battle pack, and Miller's going to try and get that slipstream on Brian Kong. Darryl Lim is running away, and Wezial's trying to follow nicely. Yeah, there's that 10-second penalty for Ellis. I had a sneaky suspicion that that might come up, but nonetheless, he's been pinged for that incident with Glory, who's unfortunately all the way, or he's actually caught his way back up almost into heading into top 10 territory, and Logan Burton gets a 15-second penalty for causing collision on lap 2. That would be, I dare say, tapping Ellis after the fact. So, rough race for him. That'll put him back into last with that penalty, as he's trying to follow Ataniaki around at the moment. And he's having a little bit of trouble getting past. He's sat behind him for a couple of laps now, and he's just sitting there trying to just keep that consistent pace up behind him. As we're back to Jack Miller. Now, they might get a couple of positions with that penalty from Ellis if they keep up with this, but they've got a bit of work to do if they want to hold. We've got 16 minutes left here before we head into another qualifier session for the second race. That's certainly, I mean, if this is what we're getting in race 1, Marshy, what are we going to get for race 2?
Yeah, but then will it be a wet race on race 2? Will it just chuck that spanner into the works and do one race and the other, and could be spicy in race 2, Mitch.
Oh, I know, especially if there's been those couple of incidents whether the tensions might boil over and there might be a bit of a bit more argy-bargy. That'll be something very eye-opening to see in race 2 if any of that does happen. But Dylan McDowell, here he is in the top 10, and see what that brings. But still got half the race here in race 1 to go, and there's a couple of Porsches here within this sort of battle trying to fight each other, and we'll have to see what happens there.
Well, this is sort of not shaping out how I anticipated this race, actually. I didn't think that Johnson would be leading, 8 laps so far, and seems to be running away with it. He's doing bloody well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just showing the talent that he has, and he's absolutely cracking along.
I've forgotten whether we said it was a reverse grid for race 2.
Yeah, maybe I've lied and it is a reverse grid.
Oh, you wouldn't do such a thing, would you?
Well, I wouldn't, but I didn't see the information suggesting it was, so maybe I'm being lied to.
I'm sure our chat will let us know at some point. No one's going to let me know? Oh, okay, well, I'll just carry on thinking that it's not a reverse top 10.
Yeah. We'll be proven wrong in a minute, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Normally happens to me.
So this is still going on here. This is really good. Let's see if Jack Miller can bring anything to fruition here in Brian Kong this time. They've been getting nice and close. He might. No, he's not going to stick. He went to stick the nose out. I thought he might, but we will see how this one plays out. Around to turn 3. This is a really tricky one to get right. You need to hold that mid-corner speed up and just get the exit right, and that's exactly what Kong's done there. Miller's going for a more tight line. Didn't lose too much time in doing so, but just left Kong with that better exit. So around turn 4. And a nice run down to turn 5. Have to see how this one goes. 4.5 between Ellis and Johnson now. He's pulled out a gap to Webb, 2 seconds. Piper's still on the back of Webb nicely. Slade's fallen back a little bit. And he's only a little bubble there in P5, so he's going to hold the top 5 finish there quite nicely. These guys, they could finish in any position, to be honest.
Yeah, all it takes is just one slight little dip out onto the grass or the sand, and yep, you lost it.
Oh, sniffing the gearbox of that Ferrari. Oh, that's a bit of a rough line there from Miller. That is. And he's got Dylan McDowell behind. That's a wide line, and McDowell might try and line something up here if he can. Maybe he will. And he just didn't quite get the exit. So Kong's going to run away. McDowell needs to put his foot flat to the floor here if he wants any chance. I don't think he's going to get close enough. He needs to be a little bit closer on the exit onto the straight. Sticks the nose out though, puts a bit of pressure on, but nothing much there. They've got a 2.3 gap to cruise behind. You can see there's another big group of cars following him down the straight now as well. So sort of cracking battles going around here. You've sort of got a couple of different packs. You've got Johnson obviously leading the front. Then you've got the sort of spread out pack in the top 10 there. Top 10, top 6. And then you've got the other 2 big groups that are fighting with each other. And then the pack a little bit further down the road. So it's cracking to see. Oh, Jesus. Glory's almost spun there and sticks the nose in, but Stockton says otherwise. And Babby's not far off from being back inside the top 10.
He's done a bloody good effort to try and get back up there, hasn't he? Yeah, good on him. I was just looking down the list from Anderson down. There's a nice little tight little battle group there too.
Well, Babby, yep, that's a good switchback. I was waiting for it. Oh. Never mind, it was crap. Okay, just ignore everything I said.
Yeah, I was
with him, I think. Yeah,
I was going to say something. I thought, no, I won't jinx it. I'll let Hobbsy do that.
Yeah. So that's McDowell getting through on Miller. Oh, Miller's had a shocker there. I don't know what's happened there. Is he's had a hardware error or something? I don't know what's happened there, but he's just following the outside of the track. Not quite sure, but he's outside the top 10 again. And this is just turning to a couple of instants, 10 minutes to go here. Track temp's gone down a degree. Not that will really influence the drivers at this point in the race, but we will see. Kong now, he's just holding on to that Pro-Am podium. Let's have a look. So this is Babby's perspective. He saw the inside and went for it. And just hit Stockton. Got a bit bouncy. I leave to the stewards on that one because I don't quite know what they're going to do about that one. It was a bit rough there. It was the right idea from Babby, but I think that Stockton probably just came across him where Babby possibly shouldn't have been. So we'll let them sort that out. Hayden Marsh gets a 5-second penalty for an infraction on lap 8. That's interesting. Jack Miller, though, he's in a battle here. This is Adam Goris and Parker here as well. Don't go 3 wide into this hairpin. They're going to do it anyway, aren't they? Oh, that's deep. Very deep. Jack Miller. This might promote Goris almost to the top 10 if he can get past, but he can't. He's putting the walls up, and Parker's having a little bit of battle back there with Ben Winton as well. So this is really spicing up with 9 minutes to go. Let's see what happens here. Goris in that bright pink Nissan. You can't really miss him, can you? Down into the chicane. And let's see what's happened there. Down on the exit. Miller's got a good run, but that Nissan is a monster on the straight. So whether that's going to affect the Porsche. And he's got slipstream. Is there going to be a stick of the nose? I'd say there have to be a stick of the nose. Oh, there's not. He's holding back. Maybe he's just going to wait and get close and try again on the next lap. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Because I'm not really privy to these other cars. What's the top speeds Porsche versus GTR like, Hobbsy?
Porsche versus GTR. Oh, the GTR romps it every day of the week. It's pretty hilarious on the straight, the Nissan at time.
All right. Yeah, okay. I see Slady's coming under a bit of pressure there from Lim. Lim's actually cut that gap out quite nicely.
Yeah, he has. He's just working on it nicely. And Slade, a bit deep there from Slade too. So maybe he's starting to fall to a little bit of the pressure from Lim. I mean, I'd fall to look at that livery. That's menacing enough. Nice, but it's also a bit menacing. So, that's going to be wide from Lim though. Hopefully he's not using up all his track limits there. And down to the final chicane. Lim, if he can, I mean, the Audi should in theory romp him on the exit here. And I was right. Oh, but that's really wide there from Slade, and I reckon Lim's got a chance here. Just get that slipstream. The Audi is hilarious again on the straight, but it was a pretty subpar exit. Lim needs to go. Oh, wouldn't be going right there, Daryl, because that's going to become grass. Oh, he's committed though. And there's
there it is.
Yeah. Yep, and unfortunately for Lim, there was nothing he could do there.
I saw that coming and I was like, don't.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. Oh, well.
Yep, he did.
Unfortunate.
Yep, the stewards will get the whack stick out for that one, so let's have a look. I mean, it was... Yeah, there's going to be a whack stick out of there regardless. I'm not going to say who for, because I'll let the stewards determine that, but yeah, there's going to be a big whack stick.
Same day as I'm glad I'm not in the steward's box.
819's, that's Daryl Lim again. He's yellow flagged again. What's happened there? Unless he's just got so much damage. That's suboptimal, that line there, Daryl. I don't really know what you're doing.
The four-wheel drive line, I think.
The four-wheel drive line. Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, they do have rallycross here, I think, so probably just going for the double codes for one night.
Yeah, possibly. Brian Kong was looking for that move on Yao. He wants that Pro-Am victory back in race 1, please. Thank you. And he's giving it his all. Just under 6 minutes to go. Ellis has got a 4.1 gap to Johnson. Doesn't matter with that 10-second, but I think that should in theory keep Ellis inside the top 5. It probably will put him 5th. In fact, maybe even 4th. So we'll have to see what plays out. With that, down the straight comes Kong with Yao, and McDowell's just following along nicely. So this could change everything. Let's see what happens here. This is for the Pro-Am victory, and they're not holding back in this place. And through turn 1, 2, it's always a nasty one with the curving down. Over to turn 3. Well, make sure you get a very good exit out of here. And gets a nice run indeed. Does Yao. Kong can't match him in that Porsche. And the Porsche's just so nice under the brakes. Ferrari looked good, but the Porsche was just even better. He brakes so much later than Kong. And he's just getting those nights. There's a bit of a tap of the dirt from Slade in front. They've got a good gap here, so they can do a little bit of fighting if they need to. Not too much, though, because McDowell is following very closely behind. Slady's not in VR, Kamaris. I don't know if anyone in this race is VR, and if they are, please do tell me, but I know Slade isn't in VR.
Yeah, I know for a fact that Slady's not. He's in his Roblox graphics, as he so mentioned earlier in the Discord. Yes. Yeah, I've seen his replays, and I thought mine was bad. His is worse.
Yes, he drives on some questionable... Oh, 3 wide on the exit of hairpin. Please don't do that. There's going to be a... Oh my gosh. Oh, that's Miller going for a drift. And that allows Ben Winton through. And that puts Goris back where he was in P10. And Parker is following along nicely.
I don't know about me, but I probably wouldn't have done what Goris did just then. I probably would have wimped out of it and gone, no, I'm backing out of this. But he he pulled it off and did
He did.
a damn good job, actually.
Oh, I know. It's you'd be forgiven at times for thinking that some of these drivers are in the class that they are, because they sometimes just show their immense talent that they're in bloody pro class, silver class at times. It's fantastic. So I reckon we'll see a rejig of a couple of the classifications in the coming season. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to a shake-up. I always like seeing a shake-up of cars, Marshy. I like seeing people try new things.
Was that a dig because I went back to my beloved McLaren for
No, I didn't
season?
mean to dig you at that. I didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, I can, but that's
sure.
not what I aimed at. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I went back to the McLaren just because I was sick of the big lump of the Ford, and
The
I might change
big
things up.
American piece of cheese.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll give you that. It's something. Yeah, I might give it another one.
Ooh.
Oh, glory, baby. 10-second penalty for causing the collision.
Yeah, that's rough. So that's race has gone from bad to worse for Babby. He's unideal. So we're going to have 2 laps left here. Penultimate lap coming up for the drivers as Johnson comes across the line. Ellis has actually gained a little bit of time back on Johnson, and there's the 10 seconds. That's okay. So that's been given to Slade. There we go.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I was sort of wondering if it was going to go to Slade.
Ooh! That's Ben Winton. I recognise that livery anywhere. Yes, it is. He's hit that little piece of dirt and he's come out. Oh, that's a dangerous rejoin. Holy mother of Mary.
I can't really say anything. I did a
Yeah.
questionable rejoin at Alton Park, and yeah, I I hung my head when I actually realised what I'd done. I was like, yeah, fair.
I'm the king of
try to-
questionable rejoins in OLR. Just ask the people in chat. I've had minimum DT for the rejoins that I've done. It's insane.
I don't feel so bad now.
Oh, mate, I think I've had like 2 or 3 DTs for rejoins.
All right, that's that actually genuinely makes me feel better. That yeah, I can't say I've had a DT for one.
Oh, yeah, I got DT both times because I almost took a car out in one and I took a car out in the other.
Fantastic work, Hobbsy.
No, yeah, thank you. No, it's pretty awesome. So, Johnson, speaking of fantastic words, coming around for the final lap here. We'll be given the white flag on this lap. And he hasn't lost much time to Ellis, so he's just going to get you around for the final lap. Let's have a quick look at the replay again. So this is the one with Lim and Slade. So Lim had the line, and he would have pulled it up, and then Slade's just, yeah, gone right hand down. Thank you very much. Oh, no, there's a car there. No,
Yeah,
I can't be your dad, Luke D.
I was completely ignoring that comment in the chat, but yeah, good on you, Luke D. Well done.
Hang on. There's somebody named Tim calling you a lovely person. If that's you, is that Gobby? And if it is, no, I don't believe that comment.
Yeah, I
Content
don't believe
race.
it either.
Yes, Aiden, you're
yeah.
right. Content race. Don't look at the chat now, Marshy.
No, I'm looking away. I'm looking back at the
yeah,
race.
yeah.
I think Luke D's after my heart.
He's not going to get a piece of it, sorry.
No, you got to find it first, buddy.
He doesn't have one. So, Luke Johnson coming around the final sector. He's coming up to everybody's favourite chicane section. And, I mean, he's had a cracking race. He took advantage of that early on incident, took the fastest lap, 43.7, took the clean air, and he's deserved it. He's just been fantastic. and someone waiting for the leader to cross the line. That's naughty, naughty.
That's that's one way to do it, I guess.
Yep. So, certainly is one way to do. Oh wow, that is gobby. That's a shock. Oh, here we go, Goris. He's right up there with Cruz, but just not going to be able to pull this one off. So they're going to come across the line. Guy's going to take P10. Parker behind P11. With Cruz going to take P9. So once the penalties take effect, we'll get a bit more of an idea where people actually are. Oh, Kranich, hello. He's got Liam Kay behind, and Darryl Lim was there as well. But Kranich going to take P20 for this lovely race. Sorry, P19, I should say. What's happened to Ataniaki? He might have done the spinged. Oh, he ran out of fuel? Okay.
That's
wow.
Unfortunate.
That was a cracking race. In his favourite Castrol McLaren livery. We'll see him in again next season. I'm sure he'll be in it again. I just refuse the McLaren at this point.
Oh, don't be like that.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
I'm the one driving it, remember much?
Yeah, I know.
Is that why you keep telling me to change?
Yep. So that was a cracking race. We'll just wait for Kunos to tick over and do Kunos things. You can have a nice look at the pit lane here at Catalunya. Number 1 there, Alice, reigning champion this season. Would like to see 0 McLarens next season. That is never going to happen. It's normally one of the most picked cars, so you won't see that.
See, I'm the type of person that would probably take it just for that. Just
yeah.
'cause. Yeah, JC, he's onto it. You're onto a winner there, buddy.
Make the M6 great again. Oh, one could only hope. Instead, we get that big lump of German engineering, the M4. What a massive, well, I say massive, and then you scroll to the Mustang. That's just taking the word. That thing is just a big lump of cheese. There you go. So, Burton stays in the top 20. Marsh, P17. And oh, never mind. I tried.
I was wondering how fast you could read that. I can't read that fast.
So, judging by the fact that Johnson's not going out, it is a reverse top 10. Or I could be wrong. Yep, I reckon it's reverse top 10. So we've been lied to, Marshy. I was lied to.
Yeah, well, hey, look, nothing like a surprise, eh?
No. So that will be certainly interesting to see. And Stockton's going to lead us away. Or a couple of the other cars get themselves on the move for the second qualifying session here. Only a 10-minute one this time, so they'll only get in probably 4 laps or so. So they've got less of a window for error. 24 degrees ambient this time, 31 on track, so a little bit toastier than before, but it is actually optimum. So I don't think it was optimum at the start of the previous qualifying session, so that might change things. And looking forward to seeing what sort of times we pulled out. We did have some of the top drivers in this split, unfortunately, like Burton and Babby down in the outside the top 10, so they'll have to quali there, which will only put them obviously up into P11 and 12 and whatnot, Marshy. So they've still got a bit of work to do even before the race has started.
Yeah, but, you know, they might put a cat out of the bag and come through the top 10 and get the winnings.
Well, you never know. The reverse grids are always quite interesting. Fun fact for you, Marshy. Reverse grid here is how I've won my first OR race.
I'm just going to run with...
You didn't care about.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, but that's what you're thinking.
I'm going to imply it and say, hey, congratulations on your first win here, mate. Well done.
Yeah,
Good for you.
It's my only win here.
Oh, bugger.
If it tells you how long ago it was, Marshy, it was season 5.
You're not that old.
Yeah, I am actually. In terms of I am.
Yeah, well, you sound old, so...
Yeah, thank you. I know. It's a problem I've got. Everyone says, oh, you're 40. Yeah, but I'm not. That's what you said the first time.
I didn't say 40. I said 50.
Wow. Yeah, you did. Yeah. You did, actually. Oh, that's a nice... Wow, Babby's using all of the track on the exit of turn 3 there. Down to turn 4. Brake at the Repsol sign and does so. Oh, look at the inputs there. Just nice and smooth on entry, and then just has to slowly jiggle it out on the exit down to turn 5. This is where the Merc would struggle, and I was right. It's always a very understeery type car is the Merc. You can never always 100% get the understeer out of it unless you make it a complete another death trap. So if you want to drive a death trap, Marshy, drive the Merc.
Thanks for the advice. No, I'm all right, thanks.
Ah, okay, fair. Why do you remember my first win being my birthday, Craig? How good's your memory?
Well, you didn't let that one out, did you? You sort of held on to that little secret. Thanks, Craig. Thanks for that little bit of information.
Yeah. That's just how it be. When was the last update for ACC? You're a funny man. 6 months ago? Stockton getting us on the board, 45-4. Nothing to complain about there. Babby will come across the line. Never mind. Burton, wow. Fuck me. 43-5 off the bat. Jesus. He's not piss farting around, is he? He's going for it.
And here I am thinking that my low 44 the other night was good.
Oh, but that is...
Yes,
that is
apparently
good.
not.
Craig remembers lots of rubbish. Oh, that's okay. We remember lots of... I remember lots of silly things too. A couple of the end drivers there, nice and close. Kieran Reid going to come across the line in the Udi. 46-1. Nice lap there from him. A little bit more time left in his lap from what I saw on the track map. Miller just starting his lap, first one invalid, 44.8. So he's already halfway through the qualifying session. We've only done one almost 2 hot laps. And we see Darryl Lim. He's potentially invalid if the ACC spectating is correct. And to be fair to him, he's got a little bit to go if he wants to get up into P2, Marshy. I don't know if he's going to be able to find that.
Oh, you never know. He could pull something completely just spectacular out of the bag.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, absolutely. Round of applause for him. Speaking of pulling things out of the bag, 2.5 tenths up here. This is going to be a 0.2. This is cracking. Oh. That is just... I don't... Oh, is he going to pull the 0.2 out? He is. That is... Poor.
That's unreal. That's a damn good lap.
Oh, that's invalid there from Darryl Lim, if it wasn't already invalid before. And that'll probably invalidate his next lap too, because that's a massive pain in the backside, that corner. Not much faster for him anyway, so he's got 7 tenths to find if he'd like another position. He should still be able to find some time, though, just to pull himself away from Parker, and then you've got a little bit back to Stockton. Oh, Ataniaki's improving a lot. 4 tenths up for him. Ryan Anderson just struggling with the Mercedes things a little bit. And Ben Winton comes across the line up into P3. That's a nice lap. 44-1, almost in the 43s. That's great. Ryan Anderson, here we go. Making up for the little bit of a rough first quali session he had. Almost half a second up. Across the line he's going to come. It's going to get him up in the top. Oh, I didn't know if he was going to get in front of Miller and doesn't. Only just. So that's a nice lap from him. Babby is 1 tenth up. That's a lot of curb there, and the Merc just said, yeah, I'll just take that. Don't worry about it. That was just fantastic. Down to turn 9, the fast right-hander. A little bit wide of the curb there, but aims it up for the exit. Oh, he's going to be just under 2 tenths up coming down to the braking zone for the hairpin. That's deep. That's very deep. Oh, here we go. Here's Daryl Lim answering the prayers of his supporters. 3/10 up. This is a good little lap from him. You get in front of Ben Winton if he can pull this off. No, a little bit wide on the exit. Down to this final section. Let's see how he goes. Good use of the curb. A little bit... oh, okay. Burton says, yeah, just a bit more time off. Why not? He's still got two laps worth of time to go in that qualifying 2 timer. 2.5 minutes. Comes across the line, Daryl Lim. And that keeps him there. Because it was invalid, apparently. Thank you, ACC, again. Don't you love that?
Oh, it's just a thing of beauty, isn't it?
I know. We never know who's on a valid lap and who isn't. It's quite mad. Like, you know, Gleam K might not be on it. Almost was invalid there anyway, but is that pretty... Oh, a little bit deep there, though, in his 777 Porsche, the pink Porsche. And he's backed off and he's going to give it another go. He'll probably get maybe 1, if not 2 laps. And, Lim, that's going to lose him half a tenth or something. Just that little squirreliness. Late on the brakes. He's going for that later apex and does so. Gets nice and early on the power. Not too squirrely on the exit. Up to turn 7-8. He comes. Oh, that's a bit wide. That's going to lose him time. Big time. Yeah, there you go. At least a tenth. So that's a rough one for him to take. Round turn 9. Oh, that's too much curb. Oh, my goodness. How did he pull that up? He's got Babby behind, though, so he's going to want to get a bit of a move on here. And down to the hairpin. Late apex again. He's looking for those later apexes, is Daryl. And he's just pushing it around quite nicely. He's got, unfortunately, a number of tenths to find if he wants to get past Ben Winton, who's almost done a 43. Down to the final sector. That's a lot of curb there for Daryl. Nice tap the curb there. Oh, I need a bit more curb. Don't go too wide there, Daryl. Oh, that was close. And across the line he comes. So 1 more lap for him. 1 more lap for the rest of these drivers that are going to come across the line. Here's Ben Winton, speaking of that 43 he was probably looking for. Let's have a look at the final chicane. Deep. That's deep. Ooh, goodbye 43. That is a sucker of a corner. No one likes it.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. I think out of the whole track, that's the one part I just can never get right.
Yeah, no one likes that. Here we go. 4 tenths up, though. Hopefully Liam Kay likes it if he wants to get... Oh, that's a lot of curb. Let's see if he can get it right. Yes, he can, that first bit. What about the second bit? Good exit. Early on the throttle, but just modulating the exit. So, 3.5 tenths up for him. He'll come across the line. This will put him a whole 1 position. So that's his qualifying over. P7, which will convert down... Can't mass that quickly, about P19 or something like that. P18, somewhere along those lines. So, Babby's on the lap, whether it's valid or not, I don't know. But will certainly put a smile on his face if he can put this lap together, regardless. And that is, that's a nice smooth run. He's not going to get it on the exit like he was looking for, so he's going to have to really pull something out here in the final sector if he wants any sort of hope. But, I mean, that lap from Burton is absolutely cracking. He's just... Oh, that's too wide. That's too wide. Don't recommend that. It's a good run through. That's part of the sector. Let's have a look a little bit while the apex, just trying for the exit. Still a good lap, though. That'll put him in a 0.5. He'll be happy with that, given that he made that little mistake and lost himself at least a tenth, if not 2. So he would have almost been up there.
I was just about to say, don't take credit away from him. That was a nice...
Oh, Ben's done it again. Oh, he's had the 43 on the Delta 3 times now. I feel for him because I bet you that's what he was looking for. Oh, that's wide for Miller as well. So that'll be it for qualifying 2. Wow. So what will happen now is the drivers will grid up, do their setup, whatnot, get their fuel ready, and then the drivers will hold and let the reverse top 10 come through in their formation. And then they will hold on behind. The interesting thing will be is that the lights will go green once Burton comes across the line. So we will have to keep that in mind. That will be a delayed start by a couple of cars whilst Burton comes across the line. Because technically, according to the game, he qualified first. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for that. Whether that will impact upon anything, I'm not sure. But look at your liveries on the grid again. Babby just wasn't quite good enough for Burton. Winton almost had that 43. Lim had himself in there nicely. Parker as well. It's just doing a nice little job there with Miller and Kay there as well. Ataniaki getting involved in the action there too. Stockton's also there. There's Anderson. So we'll see how this race plays out.
I was just going to look at the chat and then I saw JC's comment and I'm not going to look at the chat. No, JC, I'm not going to ask you how you know.
Yeah, no, don't ask him. He saw me. I went to the cricket with him, Marshy, and that was enough. Enough for him, though.
Hey, I never said a word. I wasn't asking. Just going to leave that where it was.
Wow. If race 1 was anything to go off, what the bloody hell do we have in store for race 2?
Yeah, well, especially with the reverse top 10. Yeah. Yeah.
There is the man who won race 1. He'll be starting from P10, so could that cause some issues for him having to come through the pack of cars that will be ahead of him, and especially who have Alice ahead of him, so that'll be a tough one to get past.
We keep going back to the livery. I just want to say how damn good that Castrol livery looks. I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah, I know. It's just the liveries are always so good. So you're telling me I'm going to have to pull something out of my ass for next season?
No comment, Your Honour. No, I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I mean, depends on how many people like you as to whether you could, sort of rub their bellies and go, could you do a livery for me? Whether they would or not, different story.
Well, the drivers on their formation lap, now that the top 10 drivers are there. So, wow, Connor Hind, where are you? Luke Johnson, where are you? Rockets Evolve, where are you? There's a Nissan on pole. JC, Nissan on pole. JC, alert. JC. That's, wow. Pretty in pink on pole.
How good. How good to have a GTR on pole.
Depends who you ask.
I mean, me personally, no thanks.
Okay, right, yep.
I can't drive it. Although it was Bathurst that I tried it. And Turn 2 seems to not like me in the GTR.
Yeah, right. I've actually done a really stupid thing, Marshy, and in one of the Discords I've actually created a poll for people to choose the car that I'm in for next season. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Why would you set yourself up like that?
I don't know. Because it's funny.
I've really got to find this poll.
You won't find it.
No, probably not, but
And I'm keeping it a secret as to what cars are on it and what's currently winning. It's a secret until next season.
Well, aren't you a joy?
Yeah, I know. I can tell you the Bentley's on there.
I've seen some good things out of the Bentley. I wouldn't knock that. I mean, look at our mate Peach. He made that thing hum.
And he's just another species.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to say anything bad about him because let's face it, he is just on another level.
I'm confused why Goris is on the outside. He should be on the inside.
Yeah, that's different, actually.
Yeah. Don't know.
One should be on. Yeah. Hey, look, we'll take it, and as JC says, GDR power.
Green light, go.
GDR power. I'm the green flag. Oh, the Audi power. Look, I didn't want to jinx it, but I knew that Audi was going to be hilarious off the start. Oh, and that's Babby almost on the dirt already. And let's see who leads. Oh, 3 wide. Fuck it. Yep, let's go 6 wide. Well done. And that's Slade leading into turn 1, and he's pulled it through. And that is Brian Kong around. That's Dylan McDowell or Wes Yao? I think it's Wes Yao around, actually. There's Dylan McDowell. So, yep, Wes Yao around. Goris has already lost a position, or 2 actually off the start. McDowell's going to rob him of another one potentially. No. Yes, I lie. Ellis is going to follow him through. And, wow, this is a nice little pack here. 2 wide down to turn 5. And Ellis, just giving enough racing room there. 3. Whoa! That's Reed almost into the back of Cranich. I don't recommend that.
Yeah, I sort of winced when I saw that coming. I was like, here we go.
Yeah, I was clenched a little bit, but it's okay. We are through. So now, Goris. Oh, that's the last thing you need to see in your rearview mirror is Breno Ellis in a Porsche. Let's go 7 wide into turn 10, everyone. Let's do that. No, we've got through. Oh, maybe. Oh, that's Piper near Babby, and that's Burton on the inside of the grass of Darryl Lim, almost by the looks of it, or possibly Piper. So I think there was a tap there from him too. So stewards might need to look at that one. So I thought I saw a tap on a car. And there's car 62s around. Not quite sure who that is, but that's not ideal. Slady, 2.1 away already. He is not messing around.
Yeah, I think he's grabbed it and gone, right, I'm out of here.
Yep, he's getting on his way. And Cruz needs to start putting a bit of a threat on McDowell if Slade's going to get what he wants. We'll have to see what happens. There you go. JC being reminded that the Nissan's already a million seconds away from the lead. That's very nice. Oh, Alice has gone way deep, and Goris has seen that coming. Wow, that was close. I didn't know what was going to happen there, but pulled it up nicely down to turn 5. Goris should just, in theory, follow Ellis through here. Also follow him through, just follow him up to this pack and see what happens there. Slade for Pro, I tend to agree with that. What position was Slade? He was P3, so he was always going to be a threat, especially in the Audi off the start. So, to right, up into P1 at turn 1. Oh, look at that train of cars on the track map, and look at Babby. He's going to have to go down the inside of, Goris, you'd reckon, and he does. And Goris should just let him have that. And he will. And, Johnson's going to try and follow, but has to back out, doesn't want to hit him. It almost looked like someone had hit Babby there, but Glory is through. Alice is also through. Now they've got to come up to Dylan McDowell. And this is all coming up Bonza here at the moment for Slady. Oh, and that's a tap there on Goris. What's going on here? What on earth are we witnessing?
A gaggle of cars in the chicane.
Yes, absolutely. Or a bit of an argy-bargy there from Burton. Not much he could have done with Goris being there. Oh, bit more argy-bargy. Someone will probably call their number on that, and the stewards will go whack-whack stick potentially. And Goris survives. round 1, but it's round 2. Ding, ding. Up to turn 3 we go. And, wow, that's another eventful start. Holy moly.
Still 25 minutes to go too, Hobbsy.
I know, Jesus. That's not even 5 minutes in already at this point.
Been a few little instances where I'm like, oh, that could end in tears, and Wesley, with a 10-second. Ooh, unlucky.
Rough. Yeah, not ideal. You know, what I'm actually going to do, Bab, is I'm going to register next season as an AM and see what happens. That'll be quite funny, I reckon.
I'm going to make sure I'm not in your split.
Ah, fair enough. I can't tell you what split I'm going. So this is Babby's dive on Goris, and just look at the braking there. He absolutely nailed it there, and that's where Alice took the advantage on Cruz, and Cruz just let him through. Did he get tapped? Oh, I thought Babby got tapped there by Cruz, but nothing too much there.
Thought we might have waited until the end of the chicane there and seen what actually went on.
Quite sure, that's okay. Goris, though, still holding nicely inside the top 10. Not currently leading Pro-Am, but he's got his Pro-Am rival in front of him in this race. Let's have a look. This is the view from Luke Johnson. Or did he dive him? Oh, he did, and gave him a tap, and then Burton and Piper all held up, and then Burton boxed Johnson in and all that fancy stuff. So, yeah, not much that Burton could have done there. Burton was just trying to hold his line. Johnson just kept trying to push him across. Whoa, bit of argy-bargy. Stewards will have a quick look, but I don't know if anything will come out of that one. We'll play on umpire for the minute.
That could have ended in real tears, to be honest, just watching that back. It didn't look as bad as what I anticipated, but...
Yeah.
That could...
There we go. Down the inside, Johnson. Here he goes and goes second time. He gave it a good shot in the first one, but couldn't get it done. Oh, go around the outside. Oh, he had to back out, though, because he thought he was going to get hit. And he's going to have to back out again because he's going to have to... Oh, switch back. Hello? No, nothing comes to fruition there. They're losing a buttload of time to Babby and Alice, who have the exact same fastest lap. That is hilarious. I haven't seen 2 purple numbers for ages.
Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen 2 purple numbers.
I have. Not for a very long time. Oh, that's Johnson down the inside of Goris. He really wants something there. Burton wanted to follow him. Oh, they're getting a bit argy-bargy, and Burton's going to have to back out of this one. Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay. Piper gave him the racing room. He had the clearance to get past. 72's off. That's Ben Winton. That's a race to forget for him. Oh, a bit of more argy-bargy. Yeah, I think Burton's going to have to... Oh. Don't really know what to expect from that. There'll be some number calling there and some stewards going, oh my God.
Yeah, pop goes the bottle of whiskey. Just straight jugs.
Oh, Stockton, 10-second calls including that one. That is a subpar again. Let's see, Piper down the inside, maybe Lim down the inside. Sticks the nose out, but no one bats an eyelid at this point. So drivers starting to settle in a little bit here. Babby and Alice are fighting with each other, with McDowell as well. So that looks like a move there. That's Johnson. He's going to go again for another position. This time it's on Cruz. And around the outside, should turn in the inside for turn 5, so he should have this one wrapped up, sealed, signed, delivered, put it in the Australia post box. And he does with a bit of a deep slide into turn 5. Yep, agreed, JC. Better play on umpire, just a bit of rubbing. That's, I mean, it wouldn't be that large rubbing if it wasn't ACC physics. Kunos, thank you. But, yeah, I think it's a bit of play on ump. Here we go. Babby and Alice are on here. They've got McDowell up ahead to contend with as well, so I don't know how this is exactly going to play out. Whether, I reckon, if McDowell can just push Alice back into Babby for a lap or 2, he might be able to escape her away, but we will see what comes of that.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, like, pretty close, tight racing, and these guys are doing a fantastic job, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a pretty cracking effort at the moment. They're very close in their battles. And you see the train down there that's got Cruz, Goris, Burton, Piper, and even Lim and Webb in the back of it with Miller, Kay, and Stockton. But he's got that penalty with Parker as well there. So some close little battle. So Alice has gotten past McDowell on the straight. He's having absolutely none of it. Now he wants to run away and push McDowell into Babby, but I think Babby's going to have a run here down into turn 5. And he's going to want to lick the stamp and send it, and he does. And he should get the exit here. Yep, McDowell just moves out of the way. He knows he's not the faster driver. And now these two. I wonder what's going to happen. Are these two going to fight it out, or are they going to help each other get up to Slade first? That's what I'd really like to know.
I mean, what would you do? Would you try and work together, or?
Don't know. I think I would. But I just have to be careful. Oh, there's a bit of tapping on the straight there. So we've gone about, 4, 5 wide. That's good. That's optimal. Yep. A bit of argy-bargy there in the middle. Ooh. There's a couple of people there that gained a position off track. I don't know if the stewards had a look at that or not, but I saw a McLaren and possibly a Merc or something, or a Ferrari maybe gaining a couple of positions. Been on the inside of turn 1 there. Inside coming into turn 2, so might have been a green flag from the stewards, but Ellis now is trying to run away from Babby, and look, that's what I would try and do. I wouldn't want Babby in the slipstream trying to catch me, battling me up to P1, but I mean, is it going to be better helping each other with the slipstream get down there? I have no idea, and we're not going to know. So there's your fastest lap between them both, 43.750. Given that they have a matching lap. Still 3.3 between them at the moment, but now that they've got clean air for a lap, they might actually make something work here. Let's have a look. This is Stockton. Let's see what happens here. Followed through, and yep. He held that nicely, but the M4 was turned around, so that's what that penalty for him would have been for. Here's Adam Goris trying to get a move on with Cruz. And they've got a couple of pro drivers, I would almost consider them pro drivers, behind Burton, Piper and Webb, looking nicely here. Yep, Burton takes the inside. Goris is trying to turn in. Burton didn't have much elsewhere to go there. He's going to try around the outside. Oh my God. But now he's going to get blocked by Cruz. Take your pick. Oh, he's got past. Take your hats off there, and Webb gets past Piper there too into turn 7-8. That is, whoa. It's more
I did not
around
see
the outside
that
again.
well.
Oh, go on, do it twice. Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you, Pete, for quoting me on that. That's right. What on earth? Oh, I don't know what Cruz was thinking there. I'm going to be real. I don't know where his breaking point was. That's okay. Oh, this is what... there's a gaggle of cars coming up here, as you would say, Marshy. Holy mother of goodness. What's going on here? Oh, wow. Webb defended the inside. And there was the car park. Jesus. What on earth?
Never really works trying to go too wide into there, does it?
No, it's funny. When you've got a track that's, thinning out, Marshy, what's the first instinct you have? Go 3 wide?
Hammer down, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I personally, if I was going into there too wide, no, sir, I'm backing out. I don't care about points right now. I'm going for safety.
Yeah, always about safety when you're around your fellow drivers. There you go. So Liam Kay just holding on with Brian Kong. They're a little bit further down the Pro-Am order than they're probably used to. Yep, 3 wide into turn 7-8. Let's... Oh, God. Oh, good. Yeah. Fuck. I can't. I
didn't want that to happen. I saw it coming.
I'm not one to swear on the stream, Marshy, but what on God's earth was that? You and I both saw that coming. There, yep. and then it went 3 wide on the exit, and 3 into 1 doesn't work. So you get that, and that's Daryl Lim again. That's not his. I don't think that was him that caused it, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Dangerous driving. Oh, drive through. Oh.
Oh, they've got the big sticks out now.
Yeah, wow, that's the massive whack stick. Holy moly. Right, sorry, I just need to recover from what the bloody hell that was. That was, wow.
I was just thinking the same thing. Like, right,
Jeez.
okay, let's reset. We'll take a breath, and we'll carry on the next 15 and hope for good things.
One's hoping. Carry on. Liam K, P11, he'll be promoted up into the top 10 once Parker says his drive through. Just about halfway through the race, Ellis is almost half of the deficit to Slade, but he's got Babby behind him still. McDowell's got a little bit, and then Mr. Johnson and Burton's got a big gap to contain there. He's on the podium in silver though, so he's doing well. You'll see he can get a promotion next season. Yeah, this is just, I mean, I know I saw race 1, I thought it couldn't get any better, and then you see race 2 and go, oh, I was wrong.
Yeah, apparently we were wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong. I'm not looking forward to picking a driver of the day, Marshy, I'm going to be honest.
No, nah, I'd have to have a think about that one, actually.
Yeah, I've got to have a hard think about that one. Oh, a bit of styrofoam. Someone's hit the styrofoam. Who's done that? Naughty, naughty.
I'm telling you, we don't need it, so people are just going to take it out. I'm actually with Peach. I was just sort of thinking that. You just hear that mysterious Jaws sound coming up.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, here we go.
Wait. Oh, I don't have it anymore.
Oh, build up for disappointment.
I did have a soundboard that had the Jaws music on it, but it's gone. Now I'm disappointed. Here we go. Brian Kong, Liam K. This is for a top 10 position, and this is for second in Pro-Am at this point. Adam Goris is a couple of seconds up the road, and Brian Kong says, I'll have that, thank you. That is a textbook send there. It wasn't even a send, really, side by side, just a textbook overtake, and K was forced to wait, and that is just magnifique.
Did I see, was that Stockton into the wall? Oh, that's disappointing.
No, don't be disappointed.
Oh, hey, look, he was doing quite well, and then, yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be Kafil Slade at the moment. I really wouldn't. With a purple Breno Alice Porsche behind you. That's the last thing you want to see.
Yeah, 12 minutes to go, and they've got 1.1 to catch. And I think, oh, okay, I take that back. They've caught him up pretty quickly.
Yeah. And look, I don't blame Slade at all. If I saw those guys in the back, I'd be crapping my pants. Oh, that Audi's looking a little bit slidey.
Do you reckon at this point that his tyres have gone, see you, catch you later, bye?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Or is that just
half an hour?
Is that just Audi things?
It's probably a little bit of Audi tings, but yeah, I don't know. I think he's just. I can't blame him if he's, falling to the pressure. I mean, I certainly would if I had a Breno Alice lurking down me in a Porsche, his favourite car.
Yeah. I can't say I've ever had that feeling. I've always sort of been down the grid, so
Oh, it's okay. You can change that next season.
Look, I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Oh, he's just there. 11 minutes to go. We're going to see how good my maths. Probably 7, 8 laps left. And he's going to have to give it a red hot shot here with Slady. See how much he gains on the straight. The Audi's pretty good on the straights, but the slipstream from the Porsche. Oh, he's going to sit in behind. I thought he might have stuck the nose out for a bit of pressure, but no, he's just going to stick it in behind. And nicely done there, just sticking to his lines consistently like he has been all race. A bit more of the curb than Slady. And he's just so consistent. It's fantastic.
Nothing like a bit of pressure just coming towards the pointy end of the race, really, is there? Oh, the Slady runs a bit wide. He's got him.
That's a bit, yeah. Oh, no.
Ooh, maybe not.
Thought, just from the camera angle, I thought he might have had him, but no. What Slady needs to do is just push Alice back into Babby, ideally. And he sticks the nose out again, trying to put all the pressure in the world on. And he's still going. This is very good. Let's see what Alice does. Just stays there. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, he's just matching him like it's nothing. Alice makes it look so easy. I can't even make it look that easy.
Oh, that was close. I was just about to say, I can't comment. I probably would have made an absolute meal of it by now.
Here we go. Here comes some more penalties. Infraction on lap 7 from Webb. So, given we're on lap 7 incidents, it'll been play on from all those little early on play on umpire taps, which is fair enough. Julio Cruz gets 10 seconds for a collision. Only 2 laps to go. Here we go. Alice again. Should stick the nose out this time, and does. Shouldn't go for the dive here, though, and doesn't. So, again, he's just holding on to that pressure nicely. Of course, Slady does already have a win in Sprint Series, so he's still going to give it a red-hot shot, though. Let's see what he can pull out here at Barcelona. 8 minutes to go before we finish this race and move on to Split Green, of course. Looking forward to seeing that one. And down to turn 5. Babby and Alice still sharing the fastest lap, and to be honest, Slade is doing a pretty good job to keep Alice behind. He's just getting his lines nice. Alice is more consistent, but just the Audi on the exits there is really making that Porsche work for him.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, Hobbsy, I probably would have caved under the pressure by now.
Look, that's fair enough. Some people can deal with pressure and some can't. It's just the way racing goes, really, Marshy. I can't expect everybody to be able to deal with pressure. It's just part of learning.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So when you see me in your rearview mirror, be scared.
Did you say just make it as wide as I can? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm going to dive you. No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Hey, you shouldn't be saying things like that, being the boss of the rookies.
I know, I teach them not to do. No, there's safe diving and there's just sending it.
There it is. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Look at Babby lurking in the background, though. I don't know if he's fully pushing. He might just be waiting to see what kind of run. Ellis has to go. He'll stick the inside here. Will he? No, not diving again, though. I reckon he's waiting for Slade to make a mistake. He's trying a different strategy, not putting the nose up, and he putting the nose out, put that pressure on, but he's not necessarily pushing for any sort of position. So pretty gapped out up in the top sort of 10. Otherwise, you've got obviously this battle here, 2 tenths between a 1.3 to Babby between Alice. McDowell's a little bit further down the road with Johnson not too actually far behind off there. Darrell Lim gets a 10-second. There he goes. The stewards taking a little bit, a lot of consideration and thought into some of the penalties coming up. Burton's 4.7 off Johnson, so he'll stick in P6 there, I'd say, quite nicely. Bar a mistake from a driver ahead. And Alice is... he's just all over the place, weaving about, trying to put the pressure on. and still not compromising his line too much to warrant losing time. So down to turn 10, the hairpin, brake at about the 100, maybe a little bit before, 110, something like that. Gets it pulled up nicely. And again, just so consistent from these two drivers. It's just fantastic. I love this sort of battle.
Yeah, just consistently, Renault's just sneaking the nose out every now and again just to go, hey, still here, buddy, still here.
Here we go. He's a bit closer now. Oh, it is Porsche though. At a minimum, he'll stick the nose out. At a minimum, he'll stick the nose out, surely. Yep. God, I've been in this bloody sim racing game too long, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of as if you knew exactly what he was going to do.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. He's nice and close, but if Slade just blocks off that line, which he's doing, oh, that's going to be way too wide there from Ellis. He was trying to get the better run, but he stick the nose out again. Late on the brakes. Oh, he's just trying to take more of the inside. That's a slide. He's going to have to go for this. Turn 5. Watch. Oh, Slade defends. Round the outside goes Ellis. If Slade can get the exit here, no, he didn't. So they're going to go side by side up turn 7-8. Ellis should go for a switchback here. He's going to get this done. Oh, he's technically gone for the switchback, not the way I was thinking he would, but that is just class. Let's have a look at that again, or not. Replay's having a moment. There we go. Down to turn 7-8. Just on the brakes at the same time. Just held the line. Slade didn't get the optimal exit, and Ellis says, "Thank you. I will take the first position from you." Wow.
4 minutes to go. Yeah, you'd kind of hope Slady's just going to hold off Babby with a little slide there as he sort of comes into the last 4.
Ooh, here we go. Nissan, JC, there's a Nissan here. I can see it. And Webb's just sitting behind. He's got a 5 seconds, so there's not much worth him trying to probably put too much input into this battle. But Goris has just had a cracking race. I'm almost inclined to have him as my driver of the day, to be honest, Marshy. He has had a cracking race.
He's done well, but he's not my pick. I've made my pick for race 2.
Oh, you're going to pick them per race? Ooh,
well, no, it's just because I remember race 2. There's so much happened in race 1.
2. Oh, fair enough. Well, Goris is pulling away out of the exit. Piper has Webb on him still. Kong's a little bit further down behind. 3 minutes to go, Marshy, and they are coming up to turn 5, so there should still be 2 laps in this.
Everybody sort of settled out over the race, really, haven't they? We had nice tight battles there, but yeah, they've backed off a little bit and settled down. And, although there are some red flags up there, but what can you do?
Yeah, it's unfortunately just part of it. You'll have a laugh at this, Marshy. There was a race many seasons ago that I got 40 seconds of penalties in.
At this point, I'm just hanging my head in disappointment and going, yep, that's about right.
Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed too, and it's been many seasons since that race. Here we go. Another battle hotting up in the top 5. McDowell and Johnson. This is for P2 in the pro class because we've got Silvers up ahead and Ellis currently leading the race. Still 3k an hour winds, getting a little bit cloudy. So interestingly, Marsha, we didn't see any rain. I wasn't expecting that. Penultimate lap coming up.
Yeah. I mean, as past events have come to light, it's normally split red that gets the floods, isn't it?
Tends to be, yeah.
I mean, I was in split yellow last year, and we seem to get all the fine weather in the variable races. So, hey, I was happy with that.
Still got the double fastest lap, given their tyres are worn. That's bound to be expected. But so penultimate lap here, Ellis has had a cracking race to get past Slade. Slade's holding on to Babby at this point for the silver win and P2 overall. Dylan McDowell's trying to hold on from Johnson. Burton's trying to catch up here, but I don't think he's going to be given enough time to do so. Piper's still with Goris. Webb's got that penalty, so he'll just hold there anyway. Try not to lose too much time. He should keep in the top 10 and really should with that time gap to Liam Kay from Kong. A couple of red flags, you say, with the penalties back a little bit further in the field, down 14th, 15th, 16th, and then obviously stopped in early on, and that's a little kerfuffle. P20 for him, but he's got 10 seconds, so he'll drop down outside probably the top 23 by the look of things, if not 23rd. Up through the final sector. Again, of course, always a tough one, and McDowell should, in theory, have the advantage in the Porsche in this case compared to the McLaren, but then come straight. Oh, a little bit slidey there on the brakes, but the McLaren should have the advantage on the straight. So there is Breno Ellis across the line for the second to last time. I'm coming up to the final lap he's on. Slade's following. Babby's only half a second behind. Can Slade hold on for a P2 and a silver win overall? Burton's actually too far behind that battle with Johnson now. Don't think it's going to be enough to get him in front on this final lap, but here's Dylan McDowell and here is Luke Johnson. Can anything come to fruition here for Johnson on this final lap? Oh, he's looking. Oh, and there's a bit of slide there. Oh, and there's been a tap. Oh, that's got to be rough.
I was hoping that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, that is rough. And the yellow flags just came up as Burton was coming through. And, yeah, that's a rough one. McDowell was trying to give the penalty back. He'd get a penalty. Trying to give the position back, there. And Burton inherits P4 from that. And, wow, I did not see that coming. On the final lap, too, that's going to sting, Marshy. That's going to hurt a lot. But, I mean, look at this. Slade, with one sector to go, might take his first silver win of the season here. If he can just hold on from Babby, he should have the advantage in this final sector in the more nimble mid-engined Audi. But Babby is not a slouch, and he'll do everything he can to get there. And I think he's just going to hold on, but Ellis is going to take the win. 2 seconds ahead of Slade. It was a good effort from Slade early on to try and pull away, but it just wasn't going to be enough. Unfortunately, Ellis is just in the league of his own there in that second part of the race and comes across the line to take the win here. Slade's going to take P2 and the silver win with Babby just behind there. We'll see Logan Burton come round in just a moment to take P4 and P3 in the silver class. This is the podiums for the pro class here. Luke Johnson takes it over McDowell, who I would say gave the position back after the incident he had there, and Goris and Piper are going to be in the top 10. Goris is going to take the Pro-Am win with Piper fourth in silver. Webb there's got that penalty, so he'll lose out to Brian Kong, but should hold the top 10 there. Liam Kay is going to come behind. This is Wes Yao, who's just gotten past Ryan Anderson, but it doesn't matter because he's got that 10-second penalty. What a cracking battle we have seen throughout these two races this evening. That is you just love it.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a race, wasn't it? That was actually two bloody good races.
Yeah, I love that. That was awesome. Checkered flag man waving, and that's it. And then ACC will tick over and do its thing. But we don't want to hold it up too long. We've got Split Green coming up in just a minute, Marshy. We don't want to hold them up.
No. And could be a good race for Split Green as well. I wonder if they're going to get the moisture. Seeing as I seem to be pretty good at jinxing people and putting the commentator's curse on them. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to get the moisture.
Maybe. So just quickly before we move on, because we don't have a lot of time, Marshy, who's your driver of the day? Come on, tell us. You had your pick.
Race 1, I actually can't remember. But race 2, I'm going to go Paul Cranich. He took out the AM class win.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he did a bloody good job there, actually. So, yeah, I'm just going to go race 2 and go Paul Cranich. What about yourself? Who have you got?
Well, race 1, be difficult to go past Johnson, given that he just used that clean air to his advantage and took the win. If I had to say race 2, I'd be tempted. Yeah, I'd almost be sticking with my Lesia race 1 results. I mean, you could say Piper as well. He had a cracker too. Wes Yao would almost be up there for me, but got that penalty. Yeah, I'd probably say Wes Yao for race 1, and then race 2, I'd have to say... I'd almost say Slade, actually, for the way he held off Ellis for so long. And there's the rain there.
Green light. Give us all you can.
That's just typical.
That's typical. Well, we'll just quickly scroll through. We'll just go through the top 3 in each Marshy, and then we'll see this off for race 2. So Ellis and Slade and Babby took the top 3 overall, and then Johnson and McDowell would finish up the Pro-Am. Silver would have been Slade, Babby, and Burton. Your prime would be Goris, Kong, Kay, and then the AMs, as you said, Cranich, Bowden, and Miller in race 2. So enough talking from us. Marshy, any final words? Need to get on Split Green.
Nothing from me. Good commentating with you this season. Last one at Paul Rickard next week. I shall see you then.
Cam. Well, you'll be with Cam, not me. But,
that's why I said good commentating with you this season.
Yeah, it's been good. Looking forward to next season. I won't be in the box myself because I'll be on the grid, but looking forward to next season, Marcy. So we will leave you all in the capable hands of Brad Gosling and Sean Bubb now for Split Green. Hope you lads are having a lovely evening.
Cheers for that, Hobbsy. Nicely done and commentator there. Same with you, Marshy. Thanks for the handover. And welcome for Split Green. I watched a bit of yellow then. That was actually quite intense to see how it all played out. Some pretty slick racing. Let's hope we get some good on-track battles ahead of us tonight as well, Brad, with Green here.
Oh, absolutely, Sean, and welcome guys to Split Green this evening, and hats off to Slady taking out the silver one there. He's a man close to my heart. He's been a part of our team for quite a while, so hats off to him. But how good is the old reverse grid, mate? Like this, there's so many great. I love about OOR is they have so many different. Formats for their sprint races, from limited tires, and then you've got fuel, and then we've got these awesome 30-minute sprint races, and it's gloves off and hell for leather. It's such great action up and down the field because no one's really thinking strategy in these ones. No one's going, when do I pit? What do I do? What's this weather? Well, obviously we haven't seen how much this weather's doing, but as we can see at the moment, mate, it's definitely not raining as these guys look like they're forming up now, doing their warm-up lap, mate. So really looking forward to these guys really getting their gloves off and shoulders wide and having great battles, mate.
Yeah, no, the formats that we do have here at OR are literally second to none. They are fantastic. And the reverse grid, we'll say, is a bit of a favourite in my back pocket because that's how I got my first win here in sprints. It wasn't actually at Barcelona, but I'll take it nonetheless. But just as a bit of a tidbit going in here, obviously we can see the qualifying order now with Taufik taking out pole. Not sure of the time, but Giacomin in P2. Giacomin is actually currently leading the ratings for Split Green. He's 100 points clear of Weatherburn, which he's in P8 at the moment, so a bit of a pace difference there. Graham Hill is sitting third in the championship at the moment, so our little Honda contender there in P4. And then we've got Taufik in fourth overall standing, so these guys are definitely going to show us what they're capable of with the field nice and adjusted there, but as we can see, they're starting to form that double file ready for race 1 of tonight's Split Green. And obviously, as we had last race, then we did have the reverse top 10 to follow. So I'm going to let you have the lovely start of this one. I'll take over the next one because, have fun.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Bit of both. So as we're there actually watching Squires, just wanted to a little shout out to him too, mate. He's quite a way up for that silver. Being
Very nice.
him and and Danny Vu down in 13th. Probably didn't quite get it as as the guys all sit up here, find their positions, and waiting, and there we go. She is green. We are going 3, 4, 5 wide in the back there. We're going 3 wide into the up the main straight as they're all jostling around here. We're going 4 wide, 5 wide into the first chicane here at Elf. Oh no, there we go. We've got a tap there, unfortunately. Oh, that's going to send him right to the back of the pack there. That's it's super unfortunate there, as we've also got Squires running wide, trying to keep himself safe and facing the right way. There, as we've got, that was BMW. I didn't quite catch who that was exactly there that just got tapped, but that was absolute chaos. As we now still trying to jostle for position here, still going 2, 3, and 4 wide. We've got guys coming up the inside, guys going around the outside, anywhere that they can find their own little bit of blacktop to try and keep these cars going straight and fast. As we've got looking back through from Weatherburn there to Marshall. This is a great view. I love this view. As you can see, it's almost like the old game of Snake as you see them as they're coming round all the corners. You can see them right back through a couple of the corners there through Worth as we are coming up through looking at Marshall into... I don't even know how you say Lacaxia, or obviously that's definitely not how you say it.
It's above my pay grade, mate. I'm surprised you even know corner names. I just call 2.
Oh, mate, I've got a little cheat sheet on the side here, mate. I should send that one over to you. So
you're holding out on me here.
Oh yeah, it was last minute little pull together here. So, but as we see, we're finally starting to get through this first lap. No one seems to be too hot and bothered. Everyone's been able to hold off reasonably well. Obviously, a couple of losers there. Not too many winners at the moment. Outside of the fact that everyone actually is coming down the main straight, not having to pull into pits. So that means that all the cars are straight enough to really have a good battle on here, mate. So take her over.
I'm actually surprised about that. No one came to pits. I really thought the BMW of McLaws there at car 42 would slam the wall at turn 4 there. So I'm surprised he can come in. Maybe the steering's not bent, but hopefully he can progress on quite nicely. But tacked onto the back of the grid there, doing well.
Yeah.
But as we know, with Barcelona, it is a breeding ground for disaster. It's one of those hard tracks that it is difficult to get positions, but also it is absolutely treacherous on tyres. This thing was just absolutely destroyed. So now it's a waiting game, but as you can see, little battle packs starting to form here. Like this is Yoda and Marshall. And you'll battle for 5th at the moment. Pretty smooth operators in both of them, but here's a replay of the start. Who we got here? Oh, what a launch! Hello, power, let's go. That was a massive launch, jumped up into... Oh, that dips out of it. Yeah, cool. What's actually happened to Slady here? Oh, just a little bit of side-by-side contact. I don't think much of an invoice is going to be happening there. I think that was just a bit of ACC physics at its finest. And the rest of the grid did relatively well to stay out of trouble for the rest of the start there.
Oh, and that BMW looks like he just got sandwiched here in the middle. Oh
yeah, that's a bit...
Oh.
Bit of no man's land, nowhere to go, I think, but I'll leave that to the stewards. They're above my pay grade tonight, so I'm keeping off that. As we see a car in the wall coming down towards turn 10. Not sure what's happening as Luca just decides we're going to go straight into the 43s as race pace.
Yeah, why not? That's a good spot to sit. Straight in there. I'd love to say I could do a 43 full stop.
Oh, I can do a 43. There just might be a 2 in front of it, but you know, I'll do a 43.
That's it. Oh, and as we got, oh mate, you're gonna have to help me out with a lot of these names here too.
Sanakis, there you go. That's as good. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but
Sanakis, something like that.
And Sanakis here battling for P8. Or no, that's sorry. Yeah, that is correct. I thought it was P9 for a second there with the Honda, but that's just a little bit further away.
Yeah, a little bit.
9/10 behind, but not too bad. Little battle pack. As you can see, we've got, like, obviously Luke has decided, you know, more right foot is the way to go. And has now gapped Hill there by 1.7 seconds currently. But there is that little battle pack which looks like it's 2, 3, 4, or it's about, yeah, probably to about 6. Everyone's separated by about a second at max. Then we've got another little gap this starting of the battle pack here for P7 onwards. The pace variant is already starting to show on lap 2, or lap 3 I should say.
Yeah, I'm trying to see through. So Squires obviously has pulled into pits here now, so he must have been involved in something. Here we go, as we're about to look. Great timing for the replay there. As far as what's going on here, yeah, you can't take that one too wide there.
Well, he's done all right though.
He's all right there, and he's just looks like he's a little, bit squeezed out. Oh, and there goes.
No, hold the brakes.
Oh, on the brakes.
Yeah, nicely done. And the field managed to avoid.
Maybe.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunately couldn't see that one. I'll say that Lambo just being 2 or 3 cars back in the pack there. Didn't see him stop there, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate. What it looked like from a quick glimpse of that, I think he dipped a wheel on to just off the ripple coming back onto the racing line, which just squirmed the rear of the car, unfortunately causing that rear contact, and then pretty much they were both passengers from then onwards. So lots of sadness there. I think those cars were definitely. We get another replay here potentially. This is on board, seeing if there was a car there. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, good
luck. I don't think anyone's got that much of a reaction time, unfortunately. So I think whoever is the driver of that, I think that was a Ferrari, might have been Lambo, I'm not sure. Yep. Still fine, unfortunately. But you got another race. Just remember, 20 odd minutes, and then you get to have another crack.
That's it. And I'd like to say a big shout out to Mr. Gorilla Snapper in the chat there. It is Sakanias. Is how you say P8 Sakanias. Thank you in chat there. Yes, very quite tragic. Unfortunately, not quite sure how Tafik died.
He got a little bit of a contact on turn 1, lap 1. It was just that little side by side as they came in.
So that was Tafik. Oh, gotcha. That was him that got the little tap, lovey tap. Yeah. So yes, you would have seen that one as we went back through the replays. And big shout out to Benny Hignett, who is our cameraman tonight as well. Doesn't get much of a chat in there, but he provides all these awesome snackers. There we go.
I thought that actually said Snickers for a second there, JC.
Yeah. Thanks, JC. We're all after some nice snackers with the Snickers. It is a pretty cool name.
Better than mine, put it that way.
Yeah, that's it. Good old Sean and Brad. Awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
Just the basics, you know. Anyway, as we're here with George and Danny here, batting for P. Oh, sorry, is that Danny? Yes, it's still this.
Yep.
But yeah, for P7, 4 tenths apart, not too bad. I've always found that the turn 3 here is one of those ones that's millimeter perfect. Like if you can get onto the power early, you drift out that nice wide apex, slide out and you get lots of power. But I haven't actually turned a lap here in the McLaren, so I know it's a bit of a taily boy here. But
yeah,
should be a bit fun tomorrow night.
Yeah, it will be, mate. It will be. Looking forward to tomorrow night as well. Great action. So as we know, we're only basically race 1 of. Well, this now makes it 1 of 2 here, but that's race 3 of. What have we got? 8 races all up between Wednesday and Thursday. So plenty of action still to come across the board as Guccione has just taken he's just left the field there, 4 laps down, and he's almost 3 seconds ahead. He's almost in have a cup of tea territory there from Hill. As we just get those top 3, they've just kind of started to open up a little bit. But yeah, a couple of nice little battles here, just outside the top 10. As we're looking through from Rad, Bishop, King, Oliver, from our pro-ams in a couple of the silvers in amongst that battle as well. Definitely not a point here at all that you can put a foot wrong between these probably these 4 cars that are here from Rad right down through to Oliver. Definitely can't do anything wrong here. They're very nose to tail as that AMG just loves the straights, and unfortunately the Lambo doesn't necessarily have the top speed as what it hopefully could have, but you can definitely see that the difference there of the Merc really kind of catching up on that main straight.
The Lambo needs a 6 gear. Anyone that drives it, and Ben is a lover of this, and he can confirm, it just needs a 6 gear, and then the car will be absolutely more rapid than what it can possibly be.
Yeah.
But as we jump aboard here with P4 Barker, he's just a bit of an extra information for everyone. He's currently sitting 11th overall in the standings, but currently 4th in race. So absolutely phenomenal to see him up on the board there, back up the top of the field where he wants to be. Battling quite nice here with Benny Vintner, which I believe on Saturday when we had the Duo Series, Benny actually stole fastest lap in our little 3 hour of the Nürburgring.
Share that. Hats off to him, mate.
Yeah, did quite well.
Great little job.
Yeah, but this is a nice little nose turbo. I think the Fez has got a bit more on it than the Beamer does, but never been one to drive the Beamer. I've had a few cracks in the Fez, so I'm pretty sure that Barker here will make as best of an effort as he possibly can to try and narrow this Beamer down, but I think it's just got wicked straight line speed as its main tactic here. Could be wrong. Anyone in chat know how good the Beamer is here?
Well, I actually I've got the Beamer this series, mate, as well.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, had it last series. Our team, we used it a bit for the Enduros last year as well.
What's it like driving a vacuum?
It's like, even here, it's very compliant. Doesn't do anything spectacular, but it is quite a compliant car. Like it is very, as the German would say, it is very, very straight. It is very specific. So it is. It is I
like the accent.
Yeah, that's it. It's definitely one of German. Like, it's a very typical German car, mate. They are not.
Kurill's got a 15-second pen there. And I believe I just saw Atkins with a DT. I'm not sure what that's for. Is that could be track limits? Surely.
Well, that'd be bad.
Sure what that is. But sorry to interrupt your story. I just saw the pen coming through.
Oh no, absolutely. I just saw that. I was chatting to there. Looked at the DT and so obviously reckon that Squires must have been a bit of the as he was coming back. He's obviously just not quite hit that. Anyways, the stewards have obviously had a good conversation about that one to see. They get to watch it back and forward, lots of different angles and all that. Thanks in chat. Yes, very unlucky for that one for Squires. But yes, the BMW is very compliant. It's a very compliant car. It's great. I being an AM class driver myself, I would definitely recommend it for AMs. Here we go. He's coming in. Yeah. Probably came over just a little bit more than what he really needed to there.
Just a little bit naughty there. And this poor Ferrari.
Yeah.
Well, that's alright. As long as it's compliant, I just don't think I could drive a vacuum. It just sounds horrible in my face.
Yeah, it does. I was driving the AMG before that one, mate, and it's got quite a nice aura to it. And the BMW definitely its strong suit is not the sound that comes out of it, mate.
But speaking of strong suits, Giacomin here, strong out of everyone, 4.5 seconds up the road, has just decided I don't need to race with anyone else. And we've now also got Graham Hill here locked into pretty much a three-way battle for P2, which is obviously going to help Luca even further. Because as we all know, as soon as you start getting into a battle, you sort of come off the pace a little bit because you're going defensive or you outbrake, you've got the pressure of the one behind you. And obviously Barker and Yoda, not being that far behind either, are going to attack onto this group quite quickly, I believe, with 16 minutes remaining in the race. As you said earlier, on all rules and regulations sort of go off the strategy board here, and everyone just realizes they need more right foot. So we'll just see what happens to play out in the next 16 minutes. Gotta love this camera, Graham Hill in the Honda. I will give a shout out to the Honda. It was in it for 12 hours at Bathurst. It's it's a unique drive. Most people will call it death, and yes, the Honda will kill you when it wants to. That's just the way it works. So hats off to Hill here having a crack at it. Used to be a really strong car back in the day too. I don't know why it's sort of fallen off the cliff edge, but it's got a little bit of a soft spot for it in my heart.
Yeah. No, I have. Wasn't around for the early days of ACC, but I definitely heard the same thing there too, Sean. It was was quite the go-to car back at like the 1.7, 1.6 kind of mods. Whatever the dynamics and the layout of the car was really good. Don't know whether the BOP has done much with it at the moment, or if it just hasn't had as many of the latest updates. But it's good to see a couple of them around. Like Split Red's got 3 in it as well. There's a couple in here tonight as well in green taking on the Honda. So it's good to see it's still out there. Unfortunately, don't see much of the GTR as much anymore either, and tear in the eye for all the GTR fans, for those that have seen in real life that Nissan have just closed the books after 18 years for the Godzilla.
Oh, no way! I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, just saw that one pop up in my my little news feed this afternoon. So big shout out to the GTR. We should maybe put that one in the OOR chat at some point and do a nice little GTR glory race for it. So
yeah,
anyways,
I think
that's
anyone that wants to drive the GTR. Excuse me. You have to send your invoices to Cricky or Scani. They're literally the GTR merchants of OOR, and I think you need to get like a special pass to be able to drive it.
I think so.
So yeah, hit those boys up for a DM and make sure you're actually allowed to hop in their specialty vehicle. As we see in turn 1 there's a car that's gone yellow, car 91. I'm not sure what's happening there, but as we're on board here, Vintner's definitely got eyes locked on the rack of this Honda. 3/10, not much in it. He sort of gapped Barker just a little bit, but I'm wondering whether Barker's just sort of gone, you know what, I'm going to let you guys have a crack. And I'll just sort of like clean up the mess once you're done.
That's it. It's kind of one of those things when you're kind of at the back of like a 3-way or a 4-way battle. It's like, I can't really do too much. I've just got to kind of buy some time, put a little bit of pressure. Talking about pressure.
Oh yeah, you'll never make that.
Keen, but that was a long way back.
That was very optimistic there. I think you thought the brakes on that car were a lot bigger than they actually were. But you know, look, fair effort to giving it a crack. But yeah, maybe dial the brake marker back just slightly, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's it. And kind of well seen there too, and played from the Lambo in that situation too. Kind of seeing it coming up gave him just a little bit of room, enough that he knew that he wasn't going to spin himself, and gone, if you're that keen, go for it. But I really can't see you as being that keen. So not to make it actually work. I was looking at this. They when Ben was here coming through this turn 3 last lap, and we're inside the Beamer and looking at the back of the Honda, and as it was putting the power down, you could just see it just fighting it.
It twitches all over the shop. It's great.
Yeah.
It feels amazing. There's not a moment where you don't feel like you're not going to die. It's great.
That's it. Definitely makes you feel like you're alive when you're in it, because you are about to die. So it's isn't it what they say? You never feel like you're really living unless you're so close to death.
Yeah, something like, I'm not sure the exact words, but it sounds about right. But as we're seeing what I called out earlier, this is now turning into almost a 5-car battle.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, Barcelona is one of those hard tracks to overtake. I don't know. I would say that most of the cars now would be having that phase that we all love to have with our tyre life, just feeling absolute rubbish. But you know, nose to tail for the P2 down to P6, being no more than a second apart. It's great to see on track. Yoda needs to find a little bit more pace to try and close the gap to Hill and Giacomo for points, but I think Giacomo's just, he's done and dusted for this race. What is he, 6.5 up the road with 10 minutes to go? Yeah, I think that one's well in the bag unless we come across a mistake.
Yep.
Rain is 30. Oh, race 2. Oh, please.
Wow.
Can we get some moisture on the track? The great leveler of OOR.
That's it. Let's hope. Well, I wonder if it'll come in. Wouldn't it be funny if they had a little bit of wet quali as well? How many guys? Oh, there we go. There's your squirm. That's a great little shot there, Ben. That's you can really see the dynamics of the Honda there as as it's fighting the aero and it's fighting the traction and it's fighting that balance just to try and extract the absolute maximum out of that car is a great little view to kind of really see that one playing out there. So great shot.
You got to see the hand work. The hand work where it's at. That shows you how much of a pig the car really is. Well, you ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, that's it. It's good to know Ben's listening. He's even, look at that, he's even pushed the button.
He's adjusting as he goes. He's like, no, Kill's like, oh, the Honda's fine. I'll just do this and tweak this.
Yeah.
It's not an issue. Oh, look, we go. We're tweaking it again.
Yep. Hope that's
okay, everything I've said is now he's putting me to shame. So, oh, that looks slidey, but that's just the angle. No, he's making it look too stable. I'm not happy with this. I was having much more issue with this than he was, but that's okay. Maybe it's a skill issue.
Well, it could be a reason why he's currently in P2. So there's definitely got some skill, definitely got some balls to take it on, mate, and doing a great job in that Honda, holding on to P2 at the moment as we're just about to hit the 9 minutes to go mark, and still got this battle from P2 right down to P6. Danny Vu's still just a little bit off the behind these guys, but doing well in silver, taking that one out at the moment, leading there. So doing a great job holding on.
Sorry, I just got lost in the camera angle there. I was seeing the car sort of fishtail through the turn 1 2 complex. That was awesome.
That's it.
But yeah, just a bit of a trivia for you tonight as well. That at the moment, if they sit where they currently are, I'm not sure what the points gap is in terms of what you get for second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. But Graham's only 33 points behind Yoda for P2 and overall for standings for the season so far. So this, him being three, 4 Aussies above him, is definitely a good bank of points to claw back in the championship. So he's not going to sniff those the wrong way, is he?
Yeah, that's it. Be a great battle coming into the final round next week as well. Be really close.
Good old Paul Ricard.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, that fence was going deep. Jesus, I thought that was going to be in the back of the car there.
He definitely had to pull out of that one there.
So Barker looking real racy, just overshooting the zones a little bit. Then again, could be taking a little bit more of those late apexes, which we saw a little bit of in the second race of split yellow. Might be working for him. He seems to have closed the gap up slightly. Let's see the exit in the last chicane. That Ferrari looks planted. Nicely done over that little curb hop, but just gets a little bit on the power a bit later. Let's see what the toe's like. I'm not sure whether it's like a 6/10 sort of thing where the toe starts to really notice, but yeah, it is a cool camera angle nonetheless.
Yeah, still definitely holding in there with him.
And look at the closing speed under brakes. Gotta love it. It's a good turn 1. That was a missed apex. Not for Barker, obviously. We saw him nail turn 2. And he's definitely nailed turn 3 as well. This could be on here. Look out for the next couple corners. We'll see the braking zones. Depending on the exit, the exit speed here. He's lost a bit there, a bit taily. So Vinton actually doing a world of defensive driving there, so to speak. Making sure the car's nice and wide. As we know here, most of these drivers up front can make their car feel like they're 3 or 4 times the size they actually are. I mean, I've had the joys of being behind a lot of these boys in different aspects of sprint or duos, endurances, trios, whatever series we do run at the time. And yeah, a lot of them have a bag full of skill where their car should only be 1.5 meters, 2 meters wide, but somehow it feels like they're 10.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, yeah, you just a quarter of your car across, and you just take out so much of an apex from the car behind, or even the car in front. Really, when you're trying to just put it that little bit in enough that you kind of just don't have the window open. Like even there, as you come into that final chicane, you just go, yeah, you can try and kind of come up the inside. I'll leave you like that tiny little bit of room, but you just go, there is not enough room, and it kind of taunts you a bit, I reckon, when they're like that. Ugh.
But just want to shout out here, these three have actually broken away from Weatherburn and Marshall. They're 2.5 seconds up the road on them now, so we've got two little distinctive battle packs now. The one for P2 with Hill, Vintner, and Barker, and then obviously for P5 with Weatherburn and Marshall. But Vintner looked a bit slidey out of turn 2 there. The Beamer, as you said, wasn't as compliant as what you've been making it out to. A bit squirmy, but that just could be a tyre issue. But 5 minutes to go, so we've got roughly 3 laps, I would say, judging on the pace of Luca being 6 seconds up the road. But it's been a pretty tame race.
Yeah.
For the most part, other than the start, but that's sort of expected on these harder tracks to get overtakes on.
Yeah. Definitely looking at that Weatherburn Marshall little battle for those two guys there, down to 0.2 between them. So they're definitely, I reckon they've pulled off the pace exactly as you're saying there too, mate. When you've got that, when you're in the battle yourself, when you go that extra little bit defensive, and then all of a sudden it's a little bit more defensive, and it's a little bit more defensive, and yeah, like it's 2.7 second gap there between Barker and Weatherburn now. Really, really evident there, showing the difference for the little battle packs. You got a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it does. That's what it has to come down to in a race like this too. Like, I mean, a lot of tracks don't promote a lot of overtaking. This is one of them. So you do have to sort of put that pressure on and make sure that the driver ahead can see that you're in every aspect of their mirrors. But Yoda is not easily shaken, and same here with good old Benny. He sort of doesn't really care that Barker's there, or has even got closer. And same with Hill, he doesn't really give two shits about the Beamer being in his rear mirror either.
Yep.
I think it's one skill to be able to defend, and then another the skill to drive as close as these guys are, without even really taking much notice. Or as the Beamer goes wide off track, that's I don't know whether you get a cut for that. It might be a little bit of a speed token used there. I'm not really sure, but maybe the tyre life isn't as good as we expect in the Beamer. Seems to be drifting a little bit wider here and there, down into what's his turn 5. Yeah, bit of a complex turn. I can't get that corner right if my life depended on it. I'm pretty sure there's about 47 lines through there, and I don't know how to hit any of them.
Too much variety, mate.
Yeah, that's it. I need like a one line, like it has to be done this way, and I'm pretty sure there's many people in the chat and just in general they say, no, Ski, there is only one line, and I still don't know where it is, and it's fine.
Yep. Be nice if they painted it on the ground for you, but then, has Vintner's gone in super deep on that one. Wow.
I'm surprised Barker actually didn't try and capitalise, but it depends on what kind of line Barker was doing. He may have preempted the moves, or maybe even followed him and just had to really slam on the brakes. Yeah. But that was pretty deep, but Barker will be sniffing right now, knowing that he's had a bit of an oops. Know he's got 2 laps remaining, because Luca's just crossed the line, and we know the laps here are about a minute 43, minute 44, so 2 more racing laps to go. So if you're going to try and move, now's your setup, and hopefully in the last lap you can pull it off.
That's it.
Oh, that's a cool shot. You a fan of the back of the Mustang?
That's it. If you're going to make the dive, this is when you got to make it.
Oh, Yoda gets a poor exit.
That's exactly what the back of the Ford Mustang looks like there. You couldn't have got a much closer shot than that one. That was brilliant.
I'm pretty sure Marshall could actually like draw it.
Here we go.
Now. Not quite close enough. I think the Mustang has that little bit of a party trick with the high revving gears, and that it just has enough to pull out. But a bit slidey out of the exit of 4 there. See what happens.
Definitely on the defense there too, keeping that straight line, not coming quite as far across as we're really seeing Marshall, trying to find any angle that he can, knowing that there's only 2 laps to go.
Yeah, 1.5 remaining, but Yoda's defending like a champion, as we've seen him do many times. Oh, here we go. Barker may have run on Vintner here. Gets around gonna go around the outside of turn 10 potentially.
And if he can hold it, he'll stay on the inside.
Or side by side, no, has to back out just because of the nature of the complex corners. But sure, I thought he was going to run into the back of the Beamer then, but I think he saw that coming just in case. But good effort. You got to make an effort here and there. But Vintner was definitely privy to what was going to happen. Had that inside line for the next corner. So 1 lap to go, boys. Lock and load for a second round. But yeah, speaking of that, a good shout, JC. Currently at the moment, we do have that reverse grid. So JRAD sitting in P10 at the moment will have reverse grid pole. But as we just go down through the list, obviously Gia Coman leading pro class, Danny Vu in P7 leading the silver class, and then Sanakis is leading in PA for Pro-Am, and we've got Griffiths in 15th leading the amateur class. So good to see the spread across the different classes, that the drivers are quite up the field in different spots, so that's good as well. But final lap here, about 7 or 8 corners to go for some of these boys to try and get a move done. As you see Marshall again trying to go on a tighter line against Yoda. Looks like got much better exit out of 4, but not close enough to make an effort into 5. I think he's going to need to try and get a real nice run through to that fast right-hander of turn 9 and try and dive him into turn 10 in the hairpin. It's pretty much his only last chance he's got, just because of the Mustang's acceleration out of the slower corners. What would you do, Brad? What would you do?
Oh, well, you could do the old Scandinavian flick. You go left to go right to then come back in. It's almost like the double bluff, mate. I think that's about all you got to do is wait for Weatherburn to overshoot the braking line and try and come around the outside. But it's such a hard thing when you're behind a Mustang, because, as you said, you know how far they rev in each gear, just the acceleration that they get down, unless they do something stupidly bad, it's so hard to try and get past. As Guy Coman takes it out, Hill, Vintner, Barker, Weatherburn holds on, and so close there to Marshall at the end, mate. But that's a couple of great little battles there, and good job for Vu and Sanakis right at the dying breath there as well, as we're seeing right down through for Oliver and King. This battle keeping on going. He's back up there. King's right on him again. Not quite going to make it past this time, so well held on there by Oliver. Tafiq managing to get back up to P12 after that spin at turn 1 as well. Has done a great job there, and Thurcolini's just almost out for a nice little Sunday drive there, but on a Wednesday. Nice little sunny one there, as McLaws and Jones coming across the line here now as well. Yeah, I was going to say, I think
did well to recover back to 12th. He almost got back onto the reverse grid pole. So that's a fair shout from being dead last after turn 1.
Yeah.
So, hats off to Tafiq. Good recovery drive there, mate, in the 30 minutes. We've got just one more driver to cross the line, which is car 49, I believe. And then hopefully with Kunos servers, it'll tick over nice and quick. But yeah, as I said earlier, with the hard overtaking track, it was good to see that the guys were actually managed to stay nose to tail for so long. Obviously, Giacomo sort of left everyone for dead there, but good drive all around and just some real nice tight racing. We love to see it. Other than those few little minor incidents early on, everyone sort of jumped into their nice little race pace and proceeded without much difficulty. But we've got one more session of quali for a reverse grid start. Just
waiting for it to tick over here. So that top 10, they get to go and have a little drink now and stretch the legs for the next couple of minutes, while P11 down through to, I think it was P22. I think I noticed there was 22 cars on the grid today, which is a great little turn up for Split Green. So we'll see as they are about to tick over as well, and how the P11 through to P22 go. As in interesting, still no rain. Is it going to get wet by the time we hit race 2? We'll find out shortly, as there we go. Congratulations, P1 by a country mile and a half.
Yeah, good old Giacomo in there. It was nice. Got the jump early and just drove away from the field. So other than that little side-by-side contact in lap 1, turn 1, which there was nothing involved there, as we see Kunos finally kicking over. You'll see the top 10 not leave the pits, while everyone else out gets a second crack. So my shout will probably be between either Taufik or Barker. Actually, no, I think Buck actually didn't need to quali. That could be my mistake on who was sitting there in the top 10. But Taufeeq will have to quali again, so I dare say he was P2 in quali when we jumped over to the race. So I dare say he's going to have a good shout at jumping in up the front of this little pack. So he'll be the fastest of the fast if he does get the quickest lap, but he'll have to start 11th because of the grid setup. But that was a pretty good first race. I'm enjoying it, but as the sadness is, there's no rain. I don't see any moisture on the horizon. That's disappointing.
And definitely not the next 10 minutes while they got the quali out. Obviously a little bit of cloud, but not really doing much at all, and quite warm there as well. Looking at air temperature 23 and the track at 31. As you said, absolutely choose tyres, eat some for breakfast.
I think it's the front left that just gets absolutely destroyed here. I can't remember if it's the left or the right, but I do remember a few seasons ago, I think I was driving the Mercedes here, and I think within about 20 minutes, whatever one it does chew up was just absolutely gone. There was nothing, and it just felt like it was ice in the front of the car because there was just no traction, no grip. The tyre was munched to hell. So the fact these guys can still chew those sort of, high 43s, low 44s, 20 minutes or so into a race where, tyres are screaming for help, especially in the track temps, and that is just a shout out to the skill level of some of the drivers here at OOR. As we're on board here with Damiano, Thurks. You hurt me sometimes when you're in the steward's box with me, mate, and you disappoint me sometimes, but come on, throw down a bank of that for us. Let's see what we can do as we come screaming down the main straight. Flat out top gear, about the 100 board, you slam the anchors on and go for the apex of turn 1 and 2. It goes a bit wide, not horrible, mounts a little bit to curve 2. Shifts up to 3, there's a little bit of a coasty corner before you put the power down again. I don't know what my acceleration marker is, I think more just by feel, and I dare say Thurks will be screaming his Porsche's engine out. Up to turn 4, goes extremely wide to get that nice sort of open apex corner. Not too shabby, bit of a... Oh, actually, the car control, I'm not seeing many inputs here. Once he sort of plants it, it just sort of sticks. I'm liking it. Better than I could ever get the Porsche to do, so hats off to your Thurks. Good exit through 5, looking good, and I'm not sure what kind of pace we're on here, because the race logic clock there is not helping us. I'm pretty sure he's not on a 5-minute lap.
I didn't see it tick over.
No,
obviously.
Yeah, one of the fastest corners on the track here, turn 9. If you don't get this right, you just absolutely compromise the hell all the way up to the hairpin, which is an interesting complex of corners, because this can also make and break you. If you go too shallow, then you mount the curve and it spits you out, and if you get a little sausage on the exit, you're in no man's land. But that navigated that quite nicely. Couple corners to go. We've only got everyone's favourite chicane of Barcelona. Oh, that was a bit of wide, dipped the wheel into the sand, but actually managed to hold it. But yeah, the favourite complex. No one here ever wants to do this. They just want the open F1 layout of the final corner, which would be insane to use. But unfortunately, ACC says no. But Thurks bank a lap, and the first one across the line in quali is going to give us a 45.4. That's not horrible. That's probably quicker than I could do at the moment.
Yep, that he's definitely got a little bit more in that one, as we would guarantee. As there we go.
Okay, Taufeeq, calm down.
And he'll go. That's still only race pace, boys. I'm not even into the quali pace yet. As
he's got race fuel on, is what he's got to do.
Yeah, that's it. And Squire's coming out of the panel shop. Panel beaters there. He's got a straight car again for race 2. So hats off to all the mechanics.
Anything Taufeeq can do, Squires can do better and get him by 100th of a second.
Oh, that's it. And there's a reason why Squires was in. I think it was 5th, I think it was 5th in the first race as well. So he's definitely showing that he's got the pace as well. But Taufeeq is up another almost 0.3 here now. These guys would definitely push in mid to low 43s, I would say.
I'm not sure what they got in the qualifying for the first race, but I dare say to be mid to lows for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, Peach, welcome back, even though you had to drive home. Unfortunate for you, but yeah, Taufik and Giacomin had a bit of a side-by-side door bang. A bit of ACC physics kicked in, and then Giacomin just had clear track and drove away for, I think it was an 8-second win at the end of it. So that's what happened in race 1, but as we see there, Taufik backs out of the lap. He has a few moments. And also Squirrels here has backed out. As we're seeing Jones here, currently half a second up into everyone's favourite turn. Goes incredibly deep on the first part. That's going to compromise. And just lose. Oh, and a bit of a fishtail is going to lose all of that half a second. I have cursed the man. I need to stop.
Oh, well, it's pretty standard for this track, mate. As you were saying there early too, Nossi, it's the complexes that I reckon that turn 1, 2, and 3, and then that final kind of chicane set is such a make or break. You can, like, I know for me, I'm like, at times I'll be up, 0.3 or 0.4 when you absolutely get that first little section right. And as you're saying, when you get that balance right on and you get that acceleration point right and you just kind of do that 4-wheel slide right to the outside, and it's like, oh, brilliant, you're up 0.4. And then you get to that final little the little complex of the last 4 or 5 corners, and then you all of a sudden you're +2 because you've just missed a braking mark, or you just get too excited and just on that little bit too much. But it is definitely some technicalities there, and Taufik is well and truly showing that he's a force to be reckoned with right now, as he's still 0.4 of a second up and still going.
Yeah, it's a good lap. He's definitely got the eyes locked on. He's in the zone. He's dropped a little bit on exit there, but still 3.5 tenths up. That's not going to be anything to, have a cry home about. 4 tenths coming into the final shot. Nails the apex. Absolutely sends it on exit.
Brilliant.
Maintaining 4 tenths up the most. This is going to be a 43.5-ish, which is an absolutely stonking lap, and he's definitely a stamping authority here. Yep, 43.587. Nicely done, Taufik. Give me some of your pace, please, good sir. As we're on board here with Squirrels. Not too bad. He's still going. He's still up. Only just. Oh, got a good exit there. He's gained 10th. Not going to be enough to get him back into the provisional pole. But it's still a very quick lap for the 43.8 there. So they are definitely showing what they've got made of. They've got enough time for 2 laps. 2 more laps. And then that'll be fully done and dusted. But as you were shouting out about the complex of like turn 1, 2, and 3 here, and same with sort of like, I guess you can break them down into segments. Like, yeah, the 1, 2, 3 is a complex. Sort of 11, 12, 13 is a complex. Oh, we go wide Squirrels. That's not the line we want. And then obviously the final sort of 3 corners is a complex as well. I don't know if you feel the same or not, and same with people in chat. But I've always found Barcelona's not really a track for braking markers. It's more of a flow. Like, you've got to get the flow of the track. You've got to get in it. Because, like, I know there's a brake mark for turn 1. It's like a 100-meter board. There's one for turn 4, which is the banner over the track. Then there's not really much else until sort of turn 10 here. And then obviously the sort of final complex. Everything is much that once you get in the groove of it and you find your rhythm, that's when your speed comes. But, yeah, these corners are not nice. And they will throw you off your rhythm very quickly without warning you. Just drop time like crazy.
Yeah, and without even really realizing that you're kind of dropping time, like you still feel like you're doing it reasonably good, but yeah, it's that tiny little bit of a flow, and it's one that steps to the next, into the next, into the next. It's that so unfortunate there for Jones, and he was 0.3, almost 0.3 up there. Oh, he would be kicking himself after that. Oh,
we've all done it, Jones. Trust me, we've all done it.
Oh, yep, that's very unfortunate, mate. That's very unfortunate.
Oh, 6 minutes up. Hello. That's a nice little lap there. 45.5. That was a massive improvement. Nicely done there. You've got to be happy with that. Hopefully it's on the pointy end of his PBs and stuff. But King here, 3 tenths up at the moment. That's gonna get him up a few posies. It will. It dips him up into P3. Hello. Welcome to the minor step of the podium. Obviously, it's not going to work in terms of overall quality because you'll be 13th, but that's still a bloody good lap time. We've got Squirrels here on his last flyer. Telvik's parked up. There's the yellow marker just before turn 9. He's done. He's happy with his lap, or he may have had a bit of an oops. But yeah, Squirrels here, last chance at it. Currently a 10th down. Got a really good exit there out of turn 5. Looking good. Only half a 10th. So this could be on here. I mean, he's got to find a little bit in the tank though. Otherwise, Telfik's time there, almost 3 tenths up, is not going to be enough. But what can this Mustang do? What can you do? Can you wring its neck just a little bit more? Oh, I thought that was going to be a little bit too much there. It was almost off the track. But we're on negative delta at the moment, so we're even. Let's see what happens. Oh, gains a ton on entry, but then loses it on exit. But still net 0. Unless we got that funny spectators cursor, we never actually know what the true delta is. But gains a 10th on the exit there, loses a little bit of it. It could be on. Oh, gains a ton through there. Hello. A bit wide on. Oh no, he's nailed that one. Can he get the power down? Lost a little bit on exit here, but still an improvement on time. But it's not going to be enough, I don't feel, for overall. He's got a 10th. Yeah, he's just lost a bit on the final corner there, but that's still an absolute stonking lag with a 43.7. Atkins here, currently a couple tenths up as well. Is that going to adjust anything? Unfortunately, even with the improvement of time, it's not going to change any of the overall positions. But some good laps. That is your quali done. Ready for the next one. So obviously we'll have a bit of time here. We got a little bit of free time. The drivers can have their quick little breaks. And then obviously what we'll do here is the stewards will get the reverse grid sorted out from race 1, and then obviously everyone else will follow in single file behind. And then the lovely joys of having the standard ACC do its delayed start, as we get to see some lovely liveries here. I wish I knew how to do liveries. This is why I get people like Ben to do mine, don't I, Ben? You love doing my liveries for me.
Well, when you get guys that do such a great job of it, mate, I have a tinker, and then I get the other guys to fine tune it. It's kind of like being in kindergarten, mate. You know, you come home, you're so proud, you go, look, Mum, what I did, and then it's like, that's cool, but I'll take that one and I'll tweak it, and then it looks 1,000 times better when you get guys that do it all the time that really make liveries pop. So definitely, it's definitely an art. That is for sure, mate. That's it. But yeah.
I don't have that skill level, I'm afraid. I think I tried once. I actually legitimately put some effort in. I think I did something like I spent 2 days on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I've got this one lined up and I have to line this decal. And I was like, yep, sweet. I've worked my absolute butt off for this.
Yep.
And like, it looks good. I was happy with it. Yep, sweet as. And then someone's like, oh, do you want me to do one for you? I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah. And then it looked like mine was done by a 3-year-old. And I was like, yeah, sweet. No worries. I'm never touching them again.
Yep. Yes.
But yeah, big shout out to those that actually can do deliveries. You make our cars and OR itself look absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, hats goes off to those that have the skill level to do it. It's a good looking grid. But yeah, we'll be waiting for the stewards now to call out the reverse order, which they'll probably cruise down to turn 1 or just before turn 1. They'll line up single file, hopefully on the left hand side. And I don't know if you were around, Brad, back in the day, but there used to be, I guess, like just an in-house competition of who could get the straightest line of reverse grids, because it used to be pretty common. And no one could ever get one. Like, it just never happened. There was always someone that managed to completely, shag it and be 3 car lengths to the left of everyone else or inside another car. Yeah. So let's see what kind of straight line the split green can produce.
Yes, it is a bit of an art form when you're not quite sure if you're in the right spot, and like, okay, I was this number. Who was I behind? Now I'm not behind them anymore, but I should be. Where did they go? I don't know. Let's just go.
Yeah. Where was
before.
I? Who was I?
Yeah. That's
we've
it.
all been there.
That's it. And yes, we hear you. We hear you, Squirrel, mate. It's sunny as. Sun is shining. Here we go. As the top 10 make their way through.
Yeah, reverse top 10.
Reverse top 10, that is, yes, of course.
So I can't remember who finished 10th in the race. I did have a list somewhere. Let me go searching for it. So yeah, J-Rad will be on pole, the car 23, he's McLaren, because he finished 10th. And then car 20, then 277, and so on and so forth. So we got some AMs on the front three. Front three cars are AMs. Then we have Danny Vu as a silver driver in P4, followed by a whole bunch of pros from the next for the next 6. So obviously Luca, who won the race, will be starting in P10. So that's roughly what we got going on here. So 3 AMs followed by a silver, and then 6 pros, and then obviously everyone else from normal qualifying, which is Taufik will be behind Giacomo again. So look out for those two being side by side into T1 again. Hopefully this time they get through unscathed. But what is your shout out for Barcelona? Are you down for the track, or are you not a fan of the track?
Yeah.
I know this one's a bit more of a selective choice for the entire community.
I do kind of enjoy it. Like I personally enjoy the challenge. I think it's got a little bit of everything in it. It's a good kind of varietal track in that, yes, you can get a half decently long straight where you can kind of stretch and refresh your brain a bit. Got a lot of that technical kind of sweeper, and then into some tight sections. I personally am useless at most tracks, but I do enjoy Barcelona a bit. When I saw it come up, I was
JC, I agree, underrated.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I think it does have a lot going for it. It's quite it's not heaps and heaps of passing opportunities, but it's plenty of places that you could put a lot of pressure on guys, and you can it be super rewarding when you get it right. I don't think it gets much better than when you hit every little sweep and flow. Go for it, mate.
Alrighty, let's see if I can do a decent job of this and not kill half the grid like I used to do back commentating. But as you can see, the field is double file. They will be going over the grid boxes. It's going to be a bit of a delayed start due to the reverse grid format. But everyone doing that nice nose to tail 1 to 2 car gaps as we're waiting for the green light. And there we go. Yes, something in the now we're gone. We are off and racing. So far, so good. 2 wide, a couple, no real 3 or 4 wide. This could be nice and safe. Although the front looks like it's going to go 4 wide into turn 1, but that's beside the point. Little argy-bargy, nothing really going on. Pretty safe for the moment. A little bit of door bang. Everyone's looking good. 3 wide. Someone gets pushed off. Oh, that's Hill in the Honda, but manages to keep it on the black stuff. Loses a bit of ground, but nothing crazy. The front is now dipping into that single file territory, as we generally expect a circuit like this to produce, especially with the complex. As we have a couple cars in the back of the field that have been spun around there. Looks 3 or 4 of them. Not sure what's happened there, but I'm sure we'll get a replay at some stage. Coming to turn 5 once again, nose to tail, couple 2 wides, but everything's looking pretty stable at the moment. By now everyone's starting to get their little positions, finding their feet, and slotting in single file. So now we're back into that lock and load for the next 29 minutes. How much of a pressure can you put on the car ahead? And what's actually quite good is we've had a change in the lead, obviously. So I'm not sure what happened to Rad, but Rad is... Oh no, it's updated. Never mind. Disregard my thoughts. Rad is still in P1. Oh, looks like there was a late dive by the McLaren. That was Marshall, I believe. And then followed by Yoda there in the Mustang. Doesn't look like Luca and that have made much ground either. Taufik's up to P9. Luca up to P7. So they will both started 10th and 11th respectively. So this is going to get quite interesting and quite quick, because those fast boys are definitely locked onto this snake train we have going on here.
Yeah, and just looking there, mate, J-Rad's ended up in the pits.
Oh, I just saw
well.
that. He had a bit of a mechanical issue potentially.
So yeah, definitely something there. I think he might have got caught. Oh,
that was a massive overspeed by Yoda. Is he going to pull it up over the McLaren? Oh,
a little bit of.
But so far so good.
Are they going to hold it?
He does. He holds on to the posse. Well done. That was that's about as close as you needed to be there. Sorry, I was butting in there, but that overspeed just caught me off guard.
Yeah. Yep. And looking, we've got another got beaten coming into the pits as well. So no doubt we will definitely get a replay of that when it finally happens. But obviously, a couple of guys spearing off into the outside at turn 3 as well, mate. So yeah, but a great little job there from Weatherburn to get back in front of Marshall, and I'm sure Marshall's going, I had enough of the back of your car all of last race.
Now, I don't need to see it again. I've already got enough visual imprinted into the back of my mind.
Yep.
So, there goes a bit of a barrier. Yeah, no one needed to know that sign. That doesn't really matter anyway. You know, we don't have to pay the bills through it. Oh, that McLaren goes incredibly wide, and Yoda goes, thanks very much. I'll take that posse as well. They go too wide. He's going to be stuck on the outside of the next corner, though. Oh, a little bit of a tag. Marshall's going to pounce though because of it. Yep, too wide again. Third last corner. Yoda's going to be just on those at the yield.
Wow.
Yeah, push wide. Oh, Barker almost ran to the back there of Yoda, who mounts both curves because he's in a Mustang and he doesn't care. But he's probably going to have a bit of red mist on there about that little push wide now as we get a fast slap of the race so far, 45.3. From your favourite, Sinakis.
That's it.
Well, here's our replay of double file territory. What's going on here?
I think we're a bit too far back.
Oh, he teleports to the pits. He's just gone. So it looks like it might be a bit of a net issue or a net code or something, unfortunately there. So
yep.
Brad, we love you, buddy, but sometimes the internet just doesn't like our results, unfortunately. But yeah, Taufik up to 9th, back behind Giacomin. Oh, sorry, up 8th. Sorry, the leaderboard didn't update there. But these two have already nosed the tail last race before they had contact in quality. So hopefully now we actually get to see some actually solid racing between the two fastest qualifying times. And let's see if they can get about it quite clean. Plus they've got the joys of 6 other cars ahead of them to get around.
And knowing that currently got a couple of Pro-Ams and a silver. Here we go. Coming through turn 3. Who's gone wide?
Oh.
Oh, and then straight into the side. Oh, yep. There's the old pinball machine, that one. Yeah, that'll do it.
3 times token there.
Yeah.
You know, every car you take out's an extra times bonus, isn't it? Oh, Yoda's off track. Oh no.
Yoda's.
Ooh, I wonder if that's got an invoice or if that's just an oops.
Yeah, I didn't quite see. Obviously, we were looking at the replay, but I did see a big yellow dot come up on the track map, and I'm like, I didn't know if that might have been the. Oh, well done. Oh, there we go.
It was well done for a 1/10 of a second.
That's it. I was going to say.
Marshall was like, no, it's my fastest lap. Sorry.
Yep. Roche Armstrong's like, yeah, boy, I got this. Got my Honda singing.
Yeah, I must have had one part in the fastest. Oh, here is our replay.
Here we go.
And Barker over speed. No. Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
there's an invoice.
There's going to be a bit of tax on that one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that to the stewards. I'm sure Barker's going to get a bit of a invoice, or please send your payment details to Octane at PayPal.com.
That's it.
As we jump back up the front here, Sinakis trying to hunt down this Honda ahead of him. Shout out to the Pro-Ams as well, leading here at the moment. I mean, having Marshall sit behind you, all that's wide of the Honda's compromised into turn 10. Going to go for the over-under, overspeed of the Ferrari. Come on, Sinakis. As he overcooked the corner. No, he nails the apex. We've got Armstrong gave enough racing room there.
He's on the inside.
Yep, job done. That was a good overtake. Nicely done. See, it doesn't take much. You just need someone to make that, half a second error, or 1/10 of a second error, dip a wheel, and your car's just absolutely cooked for speed.
Yep, that's it. And I think that's one of the great things. Like, it's the great and the hard part with this track is that it is something like that that's so minute of a thing that you've done wrong and yep, it can cost you a position.
100%. Just want to shout out though, hats off to this grid at the moment. 1st to 12th, no one is further than 7/10 apart. 12 car battle, let's go.
How good is that?
Love to see it. So on board here with Marshall, entering turn 4. Seeing this Honda, we would have seen Sinakis go gobble gobble last round. Thank you very much for the overtake, and know that potentially Armstrong here is a bit compromised or a bit you know, off the game just because he dipped a wheel. So he'll want to try and close that gap a little bit tighter and put the pressure on and see if we can get the same sort of mistake happening. Because then, you know, rather than 2 cars to overtake, you only have 1, and then you're leading the race.
Yep, and I'd say that's kind of one of the things that these pro drivers do so well at, is that they are able to really... how good is that view? Sorry, that
awesome.
Is absolutely brilliant. So great to see. And we're 8 odd minutes into this race, and having such solid hard battles. That's so good to see. So good to see.
Yeah, biggest gap in the top 10, 1.4 seconds. Oh, that's an angle. Hello, car. That's a lot of McLaren.
It's a lot of Macca there.
Could almost sign my name on the front of that thing. But had I just reached out the boot, write me a little signature on there. But let's see the speed here, because that's definitely in the tow range. The McLaren is no slouch either in terms of top speed, but not long enough here. But the McLaren doesn't really have brakes either, so that is a bit of an issue. But obviously not much there. Oh, it goes a bit wide there because it hit the curb. Different alternating lines here. Almost looks like a switchback, but I think that was just a loss of traction. But Armstrong went incredibly wide there, which has brought Marshall way back into it. Only 3/10 now. So he is sort of, I guess, feeling the pressure of the pro driver in the rearview mirror. Danny Vu, the silver driver, though, sitting in 4th. Bit of loving this. Is doing an absolute
at the moment. I think Barker was looking up the inside there.
Oh, it looks like it's job done too.
Is he going to give it to him, or is he going to get around the outside?
Keep fighting. Keep fighting.
Ooh.
Oh, Taufik. No, sorry, that's Gio Coleman. Gio Coleman wants a piece.
Oh, doesn't he?
Well, that's bigger brass than I actually have to attempt that.
A
little bit of a tap. Gio Coleman wants round and going, come on, Barker, let me through. Oh, that looks like it's a bit of a dive. Does he pull it out? He does. Thought that was a bit more of a nose dive than expected, but now even Taufik will take opportunity of that. Oh, he gets absolutely mugged by everyone just because he was hung out to dry on the outside of the track. Unlucky.
Yep. Really got to compose himself here. His tyres would be really screaming now as he's just kind of overcooking the brakes and the acceleration as he's trying to squirm back in and find the line again. And as he unfortunately loses a couple of spots there.
So that is the prime example of what we've been talking about all night, is that if you have one mistake, it just bleeds for the entire lap. And even Squirrels wants to have a crack, but he's going to have to go around the outside of turn 1. Oh, look at the Mustang. Thank you. I got a bit more speed. Outside of turn 1, inside of turn 2, takes the curb. I don't care. Yep, we got the job done as well. So yeah, Vu here just getting absolutely mugged from like turn 6 all the way through to turn 3 of the next lap, dropping positions like fly. Marshall's up on the inside of turn 5. There we go. Wonder if that was just an overspeed difference, but you know, Armstrong's going to fight. He's going to have the inside for turn 5 here. Switch back might be on.
Is he going to overcook him?
No, it defends well.
Well done. Well done from the pro end.
Yeah, 100%. That'll frustrate Armstrong. Marshall, I should say. You know, no one ever wants to try and think they got the move done, and then literally the next corner it gets reversed. Lock and load again, Marshall. He knows you're there. You have to try and figure out McLaren brakes. I thought that might have been an issue there, but he's done well. I remember actually jumping in the Honda when we had the Bathurst 12 hour, and obviously I've been in the McLaren a fair bit myself for sprints. So I sort of used to those brakes, used to everything, and the first thing I did was I stamped the brakes like I normally do in the McLaren, but I was in a Honda. and then for the next like 20 minutes couldn't make it to turn 2 at Bathurst because I kept slamming eggs and locking the Honda up and binning it. But you know, it's your brakes are good.
Yeah. Awesome.
No, it wasn't awesome. It was terrifying, but it's fine. Oh, 15-second pen for Lloyd.
Yep.
Causing Clinton lap 1. That might have been at the exit at turn 3 as we suspect.
Yep.
I think that was the Audi, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is the Audi. He's probably lucky it was only 15, to be honest, after causing multiple cars, but obviously just drifted wide and then that concertina effect took over. Oh, 5-second pen for a jump start. Oh dear.
Oh.
I'm not sure we do 5-second pen. Oh, well, the viewers must have thought it's not that bad. Oh, on the inside. Oh my god, I thought they were touching then. I am pretty sure they merged.
Yep. There had to have been a little bit of physics ghosting through that one.
Maybe it's just Ben's camera position. It's just like half an inch off the bumper.
Yeah, I think they are in those little bottom views, the same as the front one.
Oh,
You think
Sinakis as well. Interesting. I wonder what the jump start is. I thought they used to be 10 seconds. There's something different than normal. And Danny Vu. Okay, maybe because we had Rad drop off the thing. Maybe that's what they got, you know, out of sequence about. I'm not really sure what's happened there, but maybe someone else. 4 cars. How many?
Yeah.
Is this all breaching of speed? I am confused.
Yeah, not real sure. I don't know whether or not we can get it. Oh, that's.
Yeah, that was a good exit there from Barker. You got the exit, whereas Marshall was all slidey, but this is also going to invite Giacomin into the mix because he's going to have the double slipstream here. Oh, look out. Giacomin's backed out. Smart move. He's living to fight another day. Marshall did well to defend the position from Barker. I think the whole Giacomin and Taufik and Bittner behind him sort of assisted in that regard. But at the moment, if things go the way they are with those little pens, the gaps.
There we go.
Yeah, Barker's going to sit there currently in pole.
Yeah, just looking at it there in chat.
85.
So they were all more than 85 kilometers an hour. So 85, 86, 87, 88. So you can see they're speeding.
Oh, I thought speedings were a 10-second pen, but that could have been changed. I can't remember. Haven't been stewarding in a little bit in that regard, but that's all right. So a little bit of invoice to those trying to get that jump start. So remember, that's one thing we do have here at Octane is we do have procedures for starts, and it is like an 80k in our sort of hard line. We do allow a few extra k's just for net coding, but that is why those cars got those pens. Oh, Marshall's trying to go around the outside. Or has got the overspeed and will. Yep, no, he holds it. That's looking good.
He does.
Oh, bit slide from Marshall. Jesus Christ. And he mounts the curb as well, so that was a bit aggressive. I think he's copped the pen and he's now driving a bit angry. As we see, unfortunately, car 14 is a yellow dot and teleported to pits, so I'm not sure what's happened there for Hill, but he's had a bit of a moment into the final chicane as well. Barker is going to want to get the job done here as well, and I'm trying to chase down Marshall. Oh my god, I thought that Honda was going to murder that McLaren.
Oh, yep. And he's going to lose a good half a dozen spots there. I reckon Marshall was really pushing him in that back half of the section. Once he realised he had that 5-second penalty, he's like, I got to get past Armstrong here so that I can try and get that 5-second gap out to try and help me out a little bit here. But didn't quite work that much. Armstrong's just pushed a little bit too hard. And here, there's Honda. Honda things.
Yeah, the joys of tapping the brakes and trying to turn in that car that ends up in the wall, which is pretty standard.
There we go.
Unlucky for Hill. I feel your pain, mate. We did that many a time at the 12 hour. But at the moment, Sinakis is 3.5 seconds up the road on Marshall and then a further second over Barker. So he's only technically got to find another half a second-ish, 7/10, maybe 8/10 of a second, and he's actually driven away from the pen of the jump start. As we get to see, yeah, we've just missed brakes completely, and he's back out of it. That's not bad. He actually chose well there. You chose the escape route, and unfortunately you dropped 4 posies because of it, but everyone got to drive on, no issues. Oh, we're seeing the flaws here. Get a 10-second causing a collision on lap 7. That might have been into one of the chicanes or something. I'm not sure where that one's come from, but unfortunately invoices are getting dished out now.
Yeah, that. Speaking of, have we? No, that was. I think that might have been. Was that when did he tap Weatherburn at that point? That might have been that one.
That could have been the Yoda spin.
Yeah.
That might have been one of the 10 seconds as well.
Yep.
Good shout. I forgot about that one. Well done.
So yeah, and just looking through the all the chap and yeah, going back and forth a little bit on the why did everyone else get it? It's kind of the sheep following the sheep, and as we've got Armstrong and Squires, he's wanting to get in on the battle here of the everyone eat a Honda lap, and looks like he's gonna get it done here as well as he pushes Armstrong wide, but he's Armstrong is leaving his arms strong and going, no, you can definitely have this with a fight because I will fight you for it.
You stole my dad's joke. I'm proud of you.
Well, mate, makes 2 days. Yeah, here we go. That's the 15-second one that we were talking about there. Yep, against Weatherburn. So yep, that makes sense where that one was coming from.
I thought that was Barker though, not McLaws. Oh, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure the stewards are still doing their thing and figuring out who's got what. But that was wicked defending there by Armstrong. I really thought the speed of the Mustang might have had up the hill into turn 9, but they did well to go side by side, and that's one skill is very hard to learn too across the board here. Is obviously when you can go side by side with your fellow racer, it does take 2 to do it. So hats off to those to allow racing room and mindful space and all of that to get the job done and everyone continue racing nice and fun. So yeah, well done both of these boys.
Yeah. It's a great effort there, and Squire's showing the potential now that he's able to keep his nose clean compared to the unfortunate incidents of race 1 up there in the top 10. Oh, as we've got the nice little pirouetting Ferrari there. Not quite sure. Was that? Which one was that? Is that?
Here you go. Ask yourself. Oh God. That's Barker. No, that's 49. That's I'm not sure who the name of that one is. I've just lost one.
That's gone.
Beaten.
Gone now.
So I don't know what's happened there, but obviously I think that may have been like dipping the wheel on the outside and then trying to correct it and over snapping it. And unfortunately, Beaton's had a bit of a rough night because I even remember in race 1 there was lots of yellows with car 49. Unfortunately, so maybe just hasn't had enough practice, or the setup's not working, or just one of those hard tracks. I mean, we all have our what's it called, our crux of racing here. As Barker, that's the 15-second I was talking about.
There we go.
Barker's now got his invoice for that contact on Yoda.
Oh, I'm not sure what the McLaws one. We obviously one that we didn't get didn't see on the screens must have been that one from McLaws. Yeah, because it didn't. Being in
but Benny's good, but I don't think Ben has like 15 computers to catch everything.
And I don't think there's 15 Bens sitting next to 15 computers in 15 Ben's rooms, getting all the every different angle from everyone. So that really seems like it's a Ben problem. So Ben, come on, mate, lift your game. Yeah, come on, mate. I'm sure you can find yourself another half a dozen screens, surely.
At minimum, another half a dozen.
Yeah. Should just make your whole wall screens.
Just a wall of screens, every 3 seconds. Jesus Christ, Ben. Why haven't we got 8 cameras? Huh? We want 8 cameras now that you've said that. Let's go. I want to see 7 battles and the leader at the same time. Let's go.
Well, that's a bit of foot in mouth there from my little comments. Oh, he's 4 at the moment.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
no, you don't say that part, mate. You just stick with you've got the 8 screens, mate. Oh, it's the going a little bit wide there from Marshall as he's putting as much pressure on as he can there onto the back of Barker, sending another one at a little foam turn left, turn right, little box things. I try and take
The
them
old
out. I don't
styrofoams
like
that-
them.
You don't like them?
Yeah.
Not a fan?
No,
Yeah.
not a fan. I make sure that within the first couple of laps they're not there.
No, fair
So
enough.
yeah.
So you're
like-
one of those people I need to hate more. Here, copy that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, mate.
Yeah, Breno, unfortunately Barker hit Yoda into turn 10 into the hairpin and on exit just spun him around, so bit of an invoice there, but the rest of the field's doing quite well here. Taufik needs to actually get around this group because Giacomin has actually managed to jump both Barker and Marshall and is now going to start pulling away. I mean, obviously the pens will take effect, and Taufik will obviously get those positions with the pens, but that is leaving Giacomin to now pull away and chase down Sinakis. So I think he's far enough. Oh no, he's only 2.7 ahead. Look at that. So, the fight is on. Can Giacomin go back to back?
Yeah. Well, he's definitely going to get the back-to-back. Might not get it line on us, but he's definitely going to be able to get it after all the pens are come and gone. So, as we're seeing Weatherburn and Turcolini having a good old fight to make sure that they both stay in the top 10 here.
Yeah, come on,
Doing
Thurks.
well.
Don't disappoint me. I don't want to have another disappointed chat to you in the stewards' room one night.
Yeah.
Make us proud.
Keep that Porsche singing, mate.
There is something awesome about. Oh god, look at the speed of that forward out of turn 9. Jesus Christ.
There's not much
Oh, a
you
bit of
can
contact.
do about that.
No, that was just. Oh, hang on. He's going to fight him all the way through here.
Yeah.
He's got the inside. Is he going to hold it? Porsche on the outside. Come on, Porsche acceleration.
Ooh.
Yoda does a sick drift on the inside. Mounts the
Yep.
curb, allowing Thurks to go back through into P9, which is now also brought. Looks like Danny Vu's on the back there. So Mr. Vu is now going to tack onto the back of this and make this from a 2 to a 3 and possibly 4-car battle. Back to the head of Taufik. Is he going to get a run? Not quite. Barker is still defending Marshall like an absolute champion. And Taufik still hasn't found a way around it. But Vintner's just sitting there in the background going, yep, remember me, I am still here.
Yeah, that's it. I was just about to say Vintner's just kind of sitting there. These three having some biff and barges, and he's just like, I'm just kind of waiting to walk past you three because you're getting way too angry with each other here. I'm just gonna wait for you guys to just sit on the side of the road, and I'm just gonna drive past.
Yeah, Benny's a bit of a sneaker, and he's like the secret ninja. You never really know he's there until he passes you.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, he just appears. Like, when the hell were you, Benny? Oh yeah, sorry mate, you already gone past me. Never mind, didn't know you were there.
Yeah.
Sneaky fast boy. Speaking of fast boys, Taufik here is incredibly quick in this Ferrari. Unfortunately, with the nature of the track and the two ahead of him, which are battling Hammer and Tom, he hasn't quite found the way to get it round him like Giacomin did. Now, Giacomin, once again, silly fast boy as well, has already narrowed the gap down to 1.8 from that, I think, 3-second mark lap or two ago.
Pretty
So
much.
he could be even trying to get the job done on track before pens apply. Which, if Sinakis can actually hold him off, then that's awesome. Just unfortunate the pens winning over your head, but you got what, 4 laps? No, 3 laps. 3 laps in time left, so head down, ass up, so to speak. Let's see what you can do. Pedal to the metal.
Yep, great little battle right to the end here as Taufik.
No!
Oh, here we go. There we go. And Vintner straight past. Thanks for coming, but unfortunately these two just...
Well, what's the
they're going to lose
rejoin?
another couple of positions here as well. Just getting a little bit too
Unfortunately.
excited.
Yeah, that's literally the same sort of spin he had in race 1 against Giacomin.
Yep.
I think once again, just maybe come in, just tap the brakes. Well, as we go, Thurks versus Yoda. defensive.
Yeah.
Yoda's come, a bit naughty. Oh, and there's contact. Ooh. I'll leave that for the stewards to decide. I have some thoughts, but I'm going to stay out of that one. Keep my 2 cents in my pocket. Thank you very much. Squirrels, he's done well. He's got past Armstrong here. I'm not sure when that happened, but he's finally got the job done. Up into P5. Penn's looming ahead, so there is the potential he can jump another. He'll get 1 posi, I think. Oh, what happened there? Armstrong was shallow and maybe a bit of a crisscross there with Taufik. Yeah, Taufik's got the job done once again. I just saw they just ran wide, did like Tokyo drift style. Oh, that actually looks super cool.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not fast enough to get the job done, but that looked awesome.
Yep. And
Wish I could drift the Honda that way. Oh, there you go. Luke has decided power down. Yet 44.0. So he's now half a second behind, and technically 2 laps remaining if they don't go that quick. So Sinakis, now's the time to show us all the speed you've got in the world and defensive skills. How much can you do against Giacomo?
The man on a mission.
The man only ever has one mission: drive fast. Get to the front and go even faster.
That's it. Right foot down. Let's go. And Sinakis has really had quite a cruisy, chilled out race. He's held that kind of three-ish second gap the whole time. He's like, big shout out to him for being able to kind of maintain that good bit of gap the whole race. Like, never really, as he's just gone a little bit too excited, coming a little bit wide on the gas a little bit too early, and Guy Coleman just says, thanks for coming, I'll take the line honours away from you.
Yeah, you don't really want to leave any opportunity out for someone of the skills of sort of Giacomo. As soon as you make a mistake, pro level sort of skills like that, we'll just go, yep, thanks, bye. But as we just see there, adding up onto our lovely Christmas tree on the side there, Taufik got a 15-second pen, which would have been for that lap one, that turn one contact, where he just tried to go a little bit too hot there. As we also see a yellow car sitting in the middle of that back straight. Not sure what it's doing, but it's in the wall, I'm going to assume. Yeah, Giacomo, final lap now, no one ahead of him, no pens looming over the head, open air. It's just his show. This is what he came here to do. He won the first race. He's going to go back to back, more or less, because I don't really see him dropping behind Sinakis or Barker and then losing an additional 5 seconds to get away from that pen. But hats off to him. Well done.
Yep, it was a really great little battle coming up. Whoa! He's just lost. That's got to be hardware there. Just lose everything. No steering or anything, which is very unfortunate.
Well, hopefully the gear's all right, and hopefully he didn't get injured in that process. I think it just looks like it died or lost connection. I think our representative in Josh Holmes, he has wheel failures every 2 minutes lately, so he's hopefully got his sorted out as well. But yeah, very unfortunate. Oh, just a disconnect. Oh, that sucks. Good old interwebs doing its job.
Yeah, that's it. No, yeah, could be he didn't wash up the dishes before he went in and started racing, so she's come and pulled the plug.
Did you hear what happened to Peach at the duos?
No.
Oh, they were looking really good, weren't they, Pete? You guys were looking good until your missus decided to turn the rice cooker on and killed your internet. But Giacomo comes across the line, takes out the win for race 2 as well as race 1. So back-to-backs. Sinakis P2 at the moment with Barker P3. This is just on track, obviously. Vintner P4. Squirrels, Taufik, Armstrong, Marshall, Weatherburn and Vu round out your top 10, but obviously that's just until the timing board decides to update. Once everyone finishes, then we'll give you your appropriate results.
Yeah, kind of looking at what it is, I reckon Synakis has probably almost made it to P3, seeing though Barker's got a 15-second penalty, and then it's 8 seconds back to Squires from Vintner as well. So as Squires doing his Mustang thing as they do, and great job to him for taking out silver line honours for race 2 after not being able to make it through all of race 1 as well.
Yeah, no, nicely done to everyone. Obviously, Barcelona is a bit of a tricky track at the best of times, and it doesn't take any victims either. It doesn't care. But Super Sprints, they are a unique format. I think that's the first one we've had this series actually. And the reverse grid also always adds some extra spice to our racing here. But that was awesome to watch. And P, just never too soon. It's never too soon to hang shit on you, my friend.
No, that's it.
I am interested to know, Peach, how turning on a rice cooker actually turns off the internet. But anyway, that's a DM chat. I think you can send us. You need to know some details on that one.
Could be in the same plug, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe.
Pull one out to get to the next one.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Alrighty, so yeah, race 1 there we've got Giacomin taking out the win from Hill and Vintner. Into the silver class, you got Danny Vu, Oliver, and Squirrels. Pro-Am, Stanakis, Armstrong, and Rad. And then Ams, Lloyd, and Griffiths. But for race 2, Brad, you can say the honours.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. So there, as we kind of half anticipated, Giacomin, taking out line honours and also race 2 as well. Vintner being able to, as we said, the sneaky guy who just happens to poke his nose up without you even really knowing that he's there, ends up with P2, is keeping it clean. As hats off to Stanakis for being able to keep it on the podium for a Pro-Am. Great job. Big shout out to him. There is the overall, and as we do see, Squires, Oliver, and then Vu, unfortunately, caught with a couple of those penalties, kind of pushed him down there for 1, 2, and 3 in the silvers. And then we go to, obviously, Synakis there taking out the Pro-Am, as Armstrong and Atkins taking out 2nd and 3rd. And Am, finally, as we have the 2 there, Griffiths and Lloyd, which rounds out race 2.
Beautiful, and that is us done for the evening. Some solid racing all around. We'll just give a shout out there, like my driver of the day for race 2. I'm just going to give it to Weatherburn actually, because he was up in like P5, then spun out, well got hit from behind, went down to like 18th in that, and then finished back in P5. So just shows that you can get out there and just punch out consistent laps and get a good results when things do sort of fall your way, even if you do have a bit of an unlucky race. But make sure everyone tunes in tomorrow. We have 2 more rounds to go, or 2 more splits to go, I should say. Split Blue, which I'll be in, hopefully doing some decent times, and then obviously everyone's favourite in Split Blood. So Red always.
That's me.
That's you. Well, you can have fun in Split Blood.
Yep, I'll have fun in the only race that'll have wet. Will have rain, mate. So
of course.
It's the way that it kind of pans out. Save all the crazy weather for Split Blood, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys can have that hopefully for a dry ball. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in tonight and watching both splits. And we will see you tomorrow when we're back on it again.
Cheers, guys.